scoreboard in the first term. It'll be Dylan Smiley in the ruck up against Nick Shannon, who came across from Narre Warren this year, tall lad, and left leg heavily bandaged. So we'll just pick up. It's interesting. Kane Taylor's got the job on Tej, and Lockie Kelly will bring us all the information there on who's got who, but it is Rourke Fisher on Aaron Edwards, so that should be a great matchup as we start play in the opening quarter here. It'll be Smiley up against Shannon. Shannon got the tap, was able to bring the ball to ground, well tackled there by Scanlon, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up in the centre of this ground, where Michael Voss will be at half-time talking to the Milestone men in Halal and Walker as the ball gets knocked down once again. Potts, good tackle. Players trying to get the ball out of that congestion, unable to do so, and the umpire come in and throw it up again.
As I suspected, Guy Hendry goes to short.
So the ball goes up. Attacking the footy there was Boswell. Well tackled there by Rayson. Couldn't get away. Umpire for the third time in a row will come in and throw the ball up.
Benny Thomas gets the job on Mockett.
Interesting. So up they go. Smiley, very good tap. It was decisive. Went without it, Dean Williamson. They dive on top. Could have been a free kick there against Aaron Walton. The umpire said, no, give it to me. We'll restart play again.
Probably take that if you're Seaford. Benny Thomas not really super strong. Mockett super strong. Probably keep him down in a square, I would have thought.
So up they go. Smiley with the left mitt. Got it down. Good kick there by Williamson. Went up to half forward. Little give was nice. They're away. Walton, left foot, goes to the top of the square. Going back with a flight of the ball was McCormick. Kicked 4 goals last week. Got a push in the back there, the Pines player. The umpire said we won't have that, through for a minor score. So McCormack has been an unlikely goal kicker in the last couple of weeks for Seaford.
Bo Hendry with the job on him.
So the ball comes back into play, out the back, right foot kick, goes towards half forward, plenty of numbers at half back. Brad Doyle takes an uncontested mark. So he's got the job on Bongetti, has Brad Doyle, and took a nice mark there, sends his team into attack, plenty of numbers around the footy. Guy Hendry, did he give away a free kick? The umpire said yes, he did. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, interesting.
You're allowed to put some body pressure on as the ball coming in, and Daniel Lewis will be the recipient of the free kick. Goes to the top of the square. He's got a player out there on his own. Nice mark. Terrific mark it was. Was that Irving?
Yeah, I think it might be.
That was actually a really good mark, considering the Pines defence looked like for all the world they were going to take that, and then and just coming in from the side was just a great mark, and now an opportunity for the first.
Yeah, mark 2 of them there, Vossi. That was a great take.
I thought it was an ambitious kick, Lock.
Yeah, definitely. It looked like he had a man long in Mockett too that was kind of out by himself as he goes in to kick the goal.
So Braden Irving comes in and sets sail and gets the first one for the Tigers. They're away. 1 goal, 1-7. Pines yet to score. That's on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. So Pines looking, Seaford looking good early.
Yeah, perfect start. It's exactly what they wanted, wasn't it? They look obviously really strong out of the guts at the moment. So if they can keep that going, it'll be phenomenal. Interesting to see Paddy Jackson taking Irving. Irving started on the wing. Big job for Paddy Jackson today.
Yeah, massive.
That's going to be dangerous. I mean, you look at Paddy Jackson, he's quite a little fella. So if Irving drifts forward, it's going to be hard for him to go one-on-one.
So we're back in the guts again. Smiley and Shannon. It was Shannon who won it again. Going hard at the footy there was Corey Ash. Got a handball to Potts. They're going backwards. Went for the handball to Boswell. They're right onto it though, the Tigers, as Aaron Walton again sends them into attack. Great mark, running back with a fly to the ball. Could have got a 52.
Hendry.
Guy Hendry, the umpire is calling him to play on now. Kicks the ball to the wing position. Members side of the ground. Pack fly. Punched away by Williamson. The Bongetti was a nice give. Went without it though. So a little kick there by Williamson. Well smothered. Eventually the ball goes over the line out of bounds. Members side of the ground. Round right in front of the Seaford Pavilion.
Early scorer down at Rye, Towie. Crib point 2-1-13, Rye 1 behind.
Good on you, Vossi. Those score updates today brought to us by Mornington Peninsula Breweries. Up they go. Smiley again. Got the ball down. It was Marshall. Kicked it up to full forward. Edwards, he's got a couple to beat Rourke Fisher. He'll want the points. He finds them. So it wasn't a great kick to advantage there.
A defender's got to be able to do that. This game, AFL, whatever. You've got to be able to have that option.
Couldn't agree with you more, Vossi.
I think that would have been allowed in AFL football, Vossi. He was within the 10 metre...
You'd like to think it would lock anyhow.
Irving goes over the top, finds his teammate, that's Tommy Shaw. Wasn't a great kick. Williamson held without it. Umpire said no. Boswell's got it. Wing goes in short, looking for a mark. Couldn't get it. Ball hits the deck. Kane Taylor probably should have went and got the footy. Little handball comes out now. Shane Waterston goes to the top of the square. Edwards takes the mark.
Just caught out of position there, Rock Fisher, wasn't he? I mean, had no eyes on the football, back to his turn for the football, and you get goal side of wrong side of Aaron Edwards, he's going to kill you.
That's what they said this morning, Lock. Benny Murphy again, I'll keep referring to him today. And he kicks the goal, Aaron Edwards, so they get one on the board, the Pines. It's 1-1-7 Seaford, Pines 1-1-7. Scores are all lucked up on the Rye Hotel scoreboard.
What was your tip today, Toey?
I went for Seaford. I went for Pines, rather, here today. So
I went for Seaford. Lock, who was your tip?
Yeah, I went for Pines as well, Vossi.
Okay.
So Aaron Edwards, he just said, Benny Murphy said that Aaron Edwards has just got an uncanny ability always to get goal side.
Yeah.
And he was able to do it again on that occasion. So Seaford's defence was almost in slow motion right in front of our commentary position. As we're up in the middle again, Smiley again, racing, couldn't get it. With him is Corey Ash, who will be his shadow this afternoon. Racing made him earn that one, but he got the free kick, Ash. He's got the free kick on the wing position. Sweeping handball, there it is. The old going after Boswell, trying to do too much. He dropped the footy like a hot scone, and it's going to be a free kick against him. It'll be Josh Stokes to get it. On the wing position, outer side of the ground, Scanlon stays the mark. Up he goes towards half forward, coming out. McCormick went for the mark, got it, and it wasn't, it was Mockett. So Mockett now unloads up against the boundary line, goes to the top of the square. Contest is killed there. Plenty of players dive on top of the footy in the right forward pocket for Seaford. It's locked up, and the umpire will come in and bounce.
Interesting to see. I haven't seen Boswell's direct matchup yet, so I'll keep an eye on that one for you.
So the ball gets thrown up. Smiley will want to kill this contest. Lockie Marshall went without it. Plenty of players around the footy now. Racing just makes his presence known in the congestion.
Yeah, Boswell clearly a target there. He was V-line for Boswell there.
And Boswell's just dropped him. So they'll be trying to get under his skin. As the ball goes up again, Smiley again tries to kill the contest. Marshall, he's wrapped up, and the umpire will come and throw it up again.
He's got a bit of aggression, doesn't he, Racing?
He does.
Hit him hard there.
They're tackling very well at the moment, Seaford. They're really going the body very well at the moment.
So Smiley again. Good play by Mockett. For the ball, left foot kick around the corner. I reckon it came from Walton. Goes up and under. Ball spills down, still in play. Trying to crash their way through. Ends up with the Tigers. Eventually, Pines able to work it out now. Nice little handball that came from Boswell. Up towards the wing position. He's got to go, Tej. He's got a couple to beat. Put his head over the footy. Still going after it. He's got a player outside. Needs to get it to him. Great play. Irving was able to wrap it up. Little right foot kick. No advantage. Williamson, left foot chip in, was a lovely kick. And he found the chest there of his teammate. And I reckon that might be McCormick. So good build up again from the Tigers. It's not. It's Daniel Lewis has got the footy.
That was a beautiful left leg there from Williamson.
It was.
Great usage.
So just falling down through the middle of the ground at the moment. The Pythons.
Yeah, Seaford seem to be really well structured. Pines are getting sucked into the contest when it's in Seaford's forward line, and Seaford are really structuring themselves well.
So Lewis to put Seaford back in front, sets sail, umpire does not move, does it touch? No. Clears them all, second goal for the Tigers, 2-1-13, Pines 1-1-7, you're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Hi, Chris Thodey here, Mercedes-Benz Mornington. We offer exceptional customer care from sales, finance and insurance, right through to servicing and parts. Visit our experienced team today at Mercedes-Benz Mornington, 29 Mornington Tarbes Road, Mornington, or check out the website.
So back in the centre of the ground, the Tigers lead 2-1-13, Pines 1-1-7. We expected a close contest. It's what we've got so far early in this first quarter. So tried to Bailey Schmidt's in the ruck now for Seaford, giving Nick Shannon a well-earned break. So he's a big lump of a lad as well. So all single goal kickers so far. Aaron Edwards has one for the Pythons. The ball goes towards half forward again. That's a terrific mark. They're playing well. Jackson Mockett, an important player for the Tigers. was in front of Henry on that occasion, or Thomas it was, and took the mark. Kicks the ball to the top of the square, looking for a big mark. Geez, he judged it well there. That was Tommy Shaw. Couldn't take the mark, though. Lockie Marshall trying to work his way out of trouble. Did so. Seaford defence standing firm. Left foot snap. Wasn't great. Went across the face, and Henry took an uncontested mark in the last line of defence.
Yeah, they're pumping it in nice and quick, aren't they? And they've got a lot of targets down there, Seaford, so it's putting Pines under a lot of pressure.
So brings it out to the outer side of the ground. Bonghetti's got to go. He's kicked it out of bounds on the full, though. And the free kick will go down there towards Stokes. So Josh Stokes up against the boundary line. Too far out to score. Goes in short. Nice kick, punched away, though. And good defensive pressure there from Nick Boswell. Sees the ball over the line out of bounds. 35 metres around from the from the Tigers' goal.
7 inside 50s to 2 so far in favour of Seaford.
Yeah, dominating as the ball comes back into play. Nudged out of it there, Henry. Umpire didn't want a bar of it. Crashed his way through there was Henry. Got a free kick. He's still down. He just made sure the umpire saw the free kick. It was against Rayson again, who's
showing a little bit, isn't he?
He is. So it's Guy Hendry. He's got the ball at centre-half back. He hasn't got a lot to go to. They're closing him down well. Good work there by Daniel John. He took the mark. Not the lead singer of Silverchair, who's making a footy play at Pines. That was a terrible kick. Went straight down the throat of Aaron Turner. So Turner looking at taut, trim and terrific this year as he kicks the ball towards half forward. Needed to go. Good mark there by Lockie Marshall. A handball gives straight away. The umpire's found a free kick. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's against Seaford for mouthing off.
No, I think he just ran over the mark.
Right.
Yeah, I think he assumed his player was off.
This is one ground you don't want to give 50 metres away, though.
No, well, it turns you from into defence to having a crack. Well, that's certainly not 50 metres.
So Edwards wants it short. He led too early. Did Marshall. He's got to go across. It wasn't a good kick. Irving was able to chop it off. Seaford away. Kicks the ball up towards Mockett. Mockett and Thomas one out. The ball's not going to sit, though, for Mockett. And it goes over the line out of bounds.
That was a lazy effort by Daniel John too. Like, he only just went with the one hand. Okay, probably wasn't the greatest kick, but got to go with two hands, and even the effort to chase just wasn't there.
At least bring the ball to ground, Vossi.
Make a contest, absolutely.
So the ball back into play, 20 metres around from the Tigers' goal. Punched away. That was good play there by Bo Hendry. Lots of heads over the footy. It's Marshall. It's not. It's Cowell who just kicks it up. But again, they've kicked the ball out of bounds on the full coming out of defence.
Crib point 3-1-19, Rye 2 behinds. Devon Meadows the first goal against Frankston, and Dramana 1-1-7, Somerville 3 behinds.
Score updates this afternoon brought to you by Mornington Peninsula Breweries as Aaron Walton takes a mark and will line up for goal. He'll need his very best effort from here, I would think, Aaron Walton. This to bring the margin out to 12 points. They currently lead 2-1-13 to 1-1-7. So Aaron Walton loves a goal, starts it right, wants it back, coming back, but it's not going to do that. Through for a minor score. 2-2-14 Seaford. Pines 1-1-7, 7 points the difference on the Rye Hotel scoreboard.
Just struggling to get out of defence at the moment, aren't they, Pines? They look up and they're seeing a sea of black and yellow, so they're going to have to compose themselves a little bit and try and find those targets.
So the ball comes back into play out of side of the ground. Lockie Marshall's got hold of it. So he wants to go up the line. He does so now. There's a sea of yellow and black, though. The ball spills over the back. Potts, he grabs it. We haven't seen a lot of him so far. Little handball came out. He's got to go after it again. The pressure of Seaford. They're right on this afternoon, are the Tigers. And they'll be delighting their home crowd, which is pretty sizable right now. Smiley won the tap. He's got to do some roving work. Umpires found a free kick. It's going down there towards Lockie Marshall. Clearly Pines' best early in this first quarter.
Had plenty of it.
So he goes out wide.
Average kick again, though.
Wasn't a great kick. It's a couple now that he's let himself down with. Does the ball sit? No, it doesn't. It goes over the line out of bounds. Half forward line for the Pythons, members side of the ground.
Interesting to see Guy Hendry just float down to full forward or centre half forward. Interesting to see who goes into defence now.
So the ball gets brought in again. Going hard at there was Brad Kiley. The boundary line beats him and the umpire will throw the ball back into play again.
Just trying to see who... I think they must have taken a key off the ground.
Yeah, I think Nick Shannon's off. As the ball comes down, Scanlon, he hasn't seen much of it this afternoon either, up towards Bongetti. Great play there by Doyle. Spills over the back, Rourke Fisher. Happy to see the ball over the line and out of bounds. So right forward pocket for the Pythons. They trail by 7 points, 2-2-14 to 1 goal, 1-7. It'll be Bailey Schmidt in the ruck up against Tim Bongetti. So Bongetti won the tap, tried to do the roving himself. Great work there by Fisher. Cop one high. Doyle just a big slap handball. Comes down to Cow though. Gives it out to Scanlon. Right foot kick around the corner. It might go all the way. No. Runs across the face. Out of bounds. Left forward pocket for the Pythons.
Just picking up before on Guy Hendry floating forward. Tom Shaw seems to be off. Tom Shaw seems to be off on the bench at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see if Hendry floats forward every time his key opponent goes off the ground. Is
he all right, Locker, or is he going up to the rooms?
No, Tom Shaw's on the bench.
So the ball as Rayson and Ash. So I'm just interested to know whether he's actually injured or...
No, he's just
having a rest.
Yeah, just having a rest.
So Schmidt versus Bongetti in the ruck again. 35 metres around from the Pythons' goal. They trail by 7 points. Bongetti goes up, wins the tap, then does the roving. Got a big heave-ho in the back against Doyle. The umpire said, nothing in that, give it to me, we'll restart the action again. So we're only about 25 metres out from Pines' goal, only 40-metre line this, Vossi, at best. As up they go again, Bongo got the tap only as far as Williamson. Left foot kick, kicked it towards the wing position. That was a terrific mark taken there by Guy Hendry. Got the big whack behind the ears too there from Aidan Fisher. Ball ends up with Boswell. Irving corrals him, goes long. Up there looking for his teammate in Waterston, couldn't get it, kicked away. Nice play that was by Benny Howlett up towards the wing, and the ball goes over the line out of bounds.
Yeah, made him earn that one, didn't he, Aidan Fisher? Gave him a nice clip around the ears.
He did.
It's a bit of a mismatch there. When Tom Shaw goes off, it looks like Hendry's floated back there. He's going to play as a loose man. He's on Aidan Fisher. And Aidan Fisher's a wiry little customer, so it's going to be a bit of a big matchup for Hendry.
Did he go through the Stingrays program, Fisher?
Yeah, he did. He went through the Stingrays program and through V-Line. But he shot up. He was about 5 foot at the age of 15, and then by the age of 16, he was about 6 foot. So yeah, he grew a lot.
So the ball comes out towards half-back. Paddy Jackson's got some work to do. Well tackled again, the Tigers. They've been fantastic in the tackling stakes. And they've trapped the ball in at half-forward. They lead by 7 points, 2-2-14 to 1-1-7. Shannon back on the ground for Seaford. Won at the tap decisively. Boswell wants it and gets it. It's played a lot of footy on this ground. Shocking kick down the throat there of Kane Taylor, who's really good at reading the footy. Off half back. Takes the mark. Goes for a kick. Shocking kick. Hendry, well, you're going to give away a 50 there, John O'Hayden. You've got to be careful. Running with the ponytail. Goes in short. Ash needs to take the mark. Does so. Held up again there by Aidan Fisher. Also running with the ponytail. Cow knew that he was going to get some heat. Boyle gives a handball off. Another one to John. Tej. It's on down here in the goal square. Edwards goes back with the fly of the ball. Bongetti is just strangling a player down there. I'm not sure who it is.
Doyle is
Doyle. There's two of them into it.
We've seen Bongo do this a couple of times recently, haven't we?
Completely took their eye off the footy, both of them. And Edwards had to do some pirouetting mid-air not to land on either of them as Bongo goes backwards, gives it to Potts, had more time, up and under, Tej camped under it, couldn't get it, players come in now, Williamson well tackled against Scanlon though, the umpire said too high, and Dean Williamson will take the free kick, defensive 40. For the Tigers, wants to go grandstand side, left foot, goes high, pack flies, terrific mark, Irving. He come over the top and clunked it.
Geez, they're similar, aren't they, the Irving brothers?
No Chris Irving for Red Hill today. Did his hamstring at training. 1T Blackford was noticeably devastated as the ball goes up towards Mockett, who took it at half forward for the Tigers. Oh, he kicked it in the back of the scot of his teammate in Rayson. So the ball bounces. Marshall's got it now. Well tackled again. Goes up towards the wing. Scanlon's got to get it. Gets it on the left foot. Bongetti's got a couple to beat. Clever play it was by him. Boyle. Edwards takes it. Had his name written all over it.
That was that just showed you a lot of maturity there from Edwards. He saw his opponent run into him, and it was fantastic by his opponent not to blaze away and kick the goal. He looked at Edwards. Edwards pointed exactly the space he wanted, and he led there and took the mark. And Rourke Fisher, just 2 occasions now where he's taken the eye off the footy and actually gone for Edwards' body, and I think he needs to keep that eye on the footy and get that fist in because he's got a lot longer arms than Edwards.
So Aaron Edwards looking for goal number 2, comes in and nails it. Good goal there for the Pythons. It's all late. Well, they trail by a point now. 2 goals, 1-13. And Seaford 2-2-14. That's on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
When you're working in the garden, you need tough, reliable tools that won't let you down. For quality equipment and excellent service, call into our sponsor, Hastings Mowers Superstore at 2013 Frankston Flinders Road, Hastings.
A proud station sponsor.
So a point the difference. We expected a tough, tight contest this afternoon. It's exactly what we've got. Can't read the clock. Is it 15 minutes gone as the ball comes down?
I reckon it's 20.
33. Tommy Shaw kicked the ball up. Nice mark there from Irving. Irving it was. Goes out wide looking for and finding John O'Hayden. So the last time Pines kicked a goal, Seaford was able to respond quickly. And John O'Hayden goes in short, nice kick, finds his teammate there in Williamson, who will go back. No, it's Aaron Turner. And Aaron Turner, a good kick at goal as well, will go back and have a shot from about 35 metres out. Slight angle.
Normally a good kick in front of goal.
He is.
He played a lot of half forward, didn't he, when he was down at Langy?
Yep. So Aaron Turner, very, very skillful player, comes in now. This went across the face of goal. He's lucky to score. Great mark down there, Hendry. Played in front and took the mark. Plays on, goes across the face. Little handball to Marshall, who's playing deep defence. Kicks the ball up the line. Wasn't a great kick. Shaw was able to dodge around a couple. Umpires found a free kick. It's going down there to Bo Hendry. Wants Bongetti long. Doyle's right into him. Oh, and Bongetti's just let him know that he's around. Doyle's after him. And bang, there it is again. So they're at each other this afternoon. Ball goes towards Ash. Couldn't get it. Smiley. Handball's over his head. It was more a hope than anything else. But Pines are out here. Marshall. Little handball out wide was good. Hendry kicks the ball up the line to Tej. Does it sit for him? It does now. What's he want? He wants Edwards. One out. Fisher. He's done it again. Aaron wants to play on up against the boundary line. Kicks the ball short towards goal. Tommy Shaw gets back. He's got some time. Goes back. Wants the points. And he's going to get them. So if that was AFL, he'd be in all sorts of trouble. But he gets away with it here as Tommy Shaw brings it back into play. Kicks it up there towards Irving. Couldn't get it. Back of the pack, Nick Shannon. Little kick. Goes up the line. Finds his teammate there in Williamson. So maintaining possession of the footy here, the Tigers. They lead by a point, 2-3-15 to 2-2-14. Williamson kicks the ball along the line. Could have been a free kick against Hendry there. Umpire said no. Smiley, in fact. And the umpire will throw the ball back into play. Half forward line for the Tigers, members' side of the ground.
Score from Edafale. Edafale 5 behind, Coringa 1-1-7.
So the ball spills out the back, needs to trap it here. Geez, he got slung. Boyle after he got rid of the footy. Got to be a free kick. Umpire saw it. And young Jacob Boyle wins the footy. Kicks the ball, needs to take the mark. Boswell. Oh, geez, that was poor play there by Kieran Shaw. Boswell runs to 45 and nails it. Needed to do better there was Shaw. He let Boswell off the hook.
That was poor, that. Absolutely poor. Just took his eyes off the footy, went for Boswell, and Boswell just had a nice little shimmy. And geez, you back him in every time running from there. I don't know what happened there, just managed to find himself loose. And yeah, no chase from Seaford at all. And Kieran Shaw, poor defensive skills. And yeah, just shimmied around him straight in. And you back Boswell every time, running into 40.
I thought I had my phone off.
There's a silent button on a phone.
And I thought I had it off. Sorry about that, Tally.
3-2-20. Pines leading Seaford 2-3-15. 5 points the difference. Ball spills down. Irving's gone into the middle. Wasn't a great handball. Braun, though, he's able to get hold of it. Kicks the ball up towards his teammate in Aidan Fisher. Ball beat him. Plenty of Pines numbers getting around the footy now. The boundary line beats them all as Damien Rayson sees the ball over.
Not hard to miss, is he, big Damien Rayson?
No.
Very shiny bonds.
He is. Great hairstyle, I reckon. Corey Ash has got the job on him this afternoon. He hasn't had a lot of it racing, so Ash is doing okay. Just knocks him out of the contest again. This time, though, is able to get a little handball out, besieged upon by Pythons. What do you call a lot of Pythons together, Bossy?
A pit of Pythons?
A pit of Pythons, I like it. So we're about 45 metres around from the Tigers' goal. Good work there by Smiley again. Boyle, he was chucked to the ground. Picked up there by Matthew Herbert. Little left foot kick in was nice. Found his teammate there, and I reckon that might be Tommy Shaw up against the boundary line.
You'd be right.
It is.
I got some Nepean League scores when you want them, Tully.
Yeah, give them to us now while he lines up for goal.
Devon
Bossy.
Meadows by 7 points, 2-2-14. Frankston 1-1-7. Rosebud 4-1-25. Tyre 1 behind. Hastings 2-6-18. Pearsdale 2-2-14. Crib Point 4-2-26. Rye 2-5-17. Dramana 3-2-20. Somerville 2-5-17.
Oh, yes. Loves a goal.
He does love a goal, and he's put them back in front at quarter time. Tommy Shaw, lovely goal. And a quarter time here in the RPP match of the day, thanks to Telstra Stores, Mornington and Rosebud. It's the home side, the Tigers, 3-3-21 leading Pines 3-2-20. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Hi, I'm Jack, and my dad is Peach from the morning.
Crib Point by 9 points over Rye, and Dramana by 7 points over Somerville. And we're just about to start the quarter, so I won't have time to come back to us in a minute. I'll give you what I've got in Peninsula.
Brilliant work, Vossi. Thanks to Telstra Stores, Mornington, Rosebud.
Just a quick one before we go back in. Obviously, Ash doing a fantastic job on racing, but he seems to have gone to Williamson. Williamson obviously playing a big part in that first quarter out of clearances and working the ball forward. So it's interesting there from Paddy Swain.
It is. Swung the change. So the umpire to start play in this second quarter. Scores are all locked up. It's 3 goals to 20 apiece. So the Pythons kicking towards the Rye Hotel scoreboard end in this second quarter as Lockie Marshall gets wrapped up by Williamson. The umpire will come in and bounce.
Great tackling intent there from the big ruckman. Lewis seemed to be out there and wrapped those 15-metre long arms around him and took him to the ground. It was fantastic.
So up they go. No one got a decisive tap that time. Ball spills out. Marshall is in everything so far, but there's Williamson again. Left foot kick looking for Shaw and finds him. So Tommy Shaw's got the ball, too far out to score. They all start moving for him now. Mockett wants it long, goes in that direction. One out, took the mark, Mockett. He was up against Smiley, and he was too strong for him.
Yeah, way too strong, wasn't he?
He was. So it was a mismatch there against, probably should have had Hendry.
The only score so far in Peninsula League. Come on, Peninsula League, get your act together. It's not too hard to stick some scores up on the web. But Karingal 2-2-14, Edifal Aspendale 5 behinds.
So Jackson Mockett coming in. Hasn't kicked a goal this afternoon. Presented beautifully well in that first quarter. So Mockett up and under. Likes it though. Kicks the goal for the Tigers. And they now lead by 6 points. 4 goals to 26. Pines 3 goals to 20. That's on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Hi, I'm Jack, and my dad is Peach from the Mornington and Rosebud Telstra Stores. I just want to let you know, NBN is coming to the Mornington Peninsula, and all of our team are here to help.
Call us now on 1300 My Telstra. That's 1300 698 357.
So we're back in the centre of the ground again. Tigers draw first blood in the second quarter. A minute and 50 seconds gone. So up they go. Shannon again won the tap and then just provided a nice shepherd against Scanlon. But John O'Hayden is wrapped up in the guts there, so the umpire gets the footy back.
I've liked what Seaford have been doing with their forward line. They've got those keys early on and they rotate those small players to go through every now and then. So it really throws Pines out of their structure, and as we saw, Hendry had to drift forward then.
So Dylan Smiley in the ruck up against Nick Shannon. It's been pretty even so far. Shannon got a big push in the back there by Ash. Umpire called play on. Little kick came out. Boyle goes for a handball, free kick. It'll go Pines' way and it'll go to that player, Jacob Boyle. He's got the ball at centre half forward. Wants to go long, does so now. Bonghetti from behind, 1-2, took it. Great mark. He looked out position there. But as we know with Tim Bonghetti, very rarely is that man out of position. And somehow was able to bring the ball to ground and take the mark.
I thought that was a beautiful way to kick. Centimetre perfect, as Dennis would say. It was fantastic, and obviously Bongetti, player of his talent, to take a mark like that, fantastic. Hopefully he kicks a goal for Pines.
So this to bring the score back to level pegging as Bongo comes in, left foot. Umpire doesn't have to work at all, and the Pythons hit back. 4 goals to 26 apiece on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. 3 minutes gone, second quarter.
Exciting football, Vossi, it's what we wanted.
Oh, it really is. When you got two good sides, this is what you expect. You expect to see a high-quality game, which is exactly what we're seeing at the moment, and may it continue.
Yeah, shootout is what we wanted, and shootout is what we're getting, goal for goal at the moment.
It is. So it's nice to look up at the scoreboard and see things even Steven as we've played 3.5 minutes in this second quarter. The umpire's just got the shiny bonce as well as he throws the ball up in the middle of the ground. Up they go, Smiley, clever. He went over the back of the head this time round, and Lockie Marshall was aware that it was about to happen. Good play there by Williamson. He got a free kick against Scanlon again. So he'll get the free kick, Williamson. The umpire said play on as Lewis goes to the top of the square. One out. Couldn't get it there was McCormack. They're getting some brawns there now. Tommy Shaw comes in to support. Good play there by the Pythons momentarily. Little right foot kick came from Rayson. Left foot around the corner. As he got it, he has.
Irving.
That's Irving. He went for the right foot banana up against the boundary line and nailed it.
As I see four Pines players walking back to the middle from half forward. Their opponents, their direct opponents, all running from about 25 metres out. So that's poor defensive pressure there from Pines. You can't let blokes like Irving, Matty Herbert, I mean, he's a very dangerous player when in the forward line. John O'Hayden as well down there. They've got to be a lot more smart than that, Pines. They can't let players of that calibre drift down because, as you can see, they've just kicked a goal and they'll do that all day to them if they're not defensive.
Got lazy, didn't they? I think they were waiting for the easy kick out of defence and thinking they were going to be away, but they were outweighted in numbers. As the ball comes out towards Irving again, they're using him well, I reckon, Locke, running through the middle of the ground, but also on a wing position as well, as Josh Stokes went to centre half back. That was clever play there by Williamson. Spills out to John O'Hayden now. Wants a runner on the outside's got it. That's Taylor. Tucked the ball under the arm. Usually a lovely kick, and he was. Free kick or a mark. Take your pick. But it's landed in the hands of Matty McCormick, who kicked 4 goals last week, and Rayson just making his presence felt again.
When that ball is balled up in the middle, they have won every one bar one, Seaford, out of the middle. The ball has gone their way, so that's a huge advantage of them to start with.
Ashback goes back to Rayson.
So yeah, there's a fair bit of jumper punching going on there as well. So I don't know much about Matty McCormick either, Locke.
He's come from Casey, hasn't he? I think Matty McCormick's the one. He's played a lot of footy in Eastern League, played a lot of good footy in Eastern League, and he's now come from Casey.
So Matty McCormick has a shot for goal, left foot, pushes it across the face through for a minor score.
Nope, out of bounds on the full.
It was.
Yeah,
I could have told you that if I didn't have a big long lens camera in my way. So it'll be Bo Henry to bring the ball back into play. Goes short, looking for Scanlon. Hayden was quick to get on the mark. So they're still locked in the last line of defence here, the Pythons. He wants to go up the line, does Paul Scanlon, does so, goes long, pack flies, nobody could take the mark, spills down, ends up in the hands of Cam Scott, who kicks the ball up. Little right foot bender again, goes up towards Braun, who takes the mark in the pocket. Jackson Mockett was out here on his own for a long period of time too.
Just lazy that they've been so far, haven't they, going into defence, Pines? Seaford players just being smart and weaseling away, and yeah.
Nick Braun, right foot banana, I reckon he might have got it, he liked it. The umpire said, I don't like it too much. Goes through for a minor score. So 5 goals, 333 Seaford. Pines, 4 goals, 226, 7 points the difference. Rye Hotel scoreboard. Little kick in from Potts. He hasn't had too many kicks this afternoon, has Luke. He's had a quiet day to his standards as Pat Jackson kicks the ball out of bounds on the full. So a comedy of errors here from Pines so far.
Yeah, the decision making's been poor. I mean, there's a lot of pressure coming from Seaford. But there's a few times where they've just been perceived pressure like they did against YC, and they're blazing away and making mistakes.
Irving looks dangerous in this situation. He's got the mark. Not sure what Smiley was doing then, trying to outmark Braden Irving. Not sure where the fist was coming from.
Smiley at the front position, and Irving just Smiley didn't even put a hand up to try and defend it. It was Irving just took the mark really easily at the back.
Yeah, well, I think he knows it too, Smiley. He's quite angrily walking back to the middle of the ground.
Yeah, but I'm not sure, again, where's Bowen Guy Hendry in this situation? So he kicks the goal to Braden Irving, and he's booted 3 from a wing. He's a handful for the Pythons right now, and the largest margin of the match blows out to 8 points, 6 goals, 3, 39 to 4 goals, 2, 26. In fact, it's 13 points the difference. Rye Hotel scoreboard.
Got another little matchup for you, Toey.
And that is?
Guy Hendry goes to the wing to go to Braden Irving.
Yep. Well, they're losing him coming down forward. So I wouldn't have necessarily made that move. What I would have done was just make sure that Guy picks up Braden Irving when he drifts inside deep 50, because he's booted 3 goals.
Well, I won't say an upset, but certainly it's going against the trend. Devon Meadows 4-3-27, Frankston 1-2-8 early in the second quarter.
Interesting, because Frankston wasn't outstanding either last week against Tyab, only winning by 50-odd points, so maybe just in a little bit of a rut at the moment, Vossi.
Dramana by 2 goals, 6-2-38, Seaford Somerville 3-8-26.
So up they go. It was Smiley who got the tap. Ash with his head over the footy. Good tackle laid there by Aaron Turner. Umpire comes in. Give it back to me, he says. I'll throw the ball up again.
What do you think about Nick Boswell going to Irving on the wing?
Yeah, it's not a bad man. I'm not sure he's overly defensive, though. He's a bit too offensive, I would have thought, Boswell.
Yeah, that's probably a fair call. I think he might have gone into the guts here, Boswell.
Yeah, I reckon he might be.
Either that or half forward. Howlett looks like he's got the direct matchup.
The 2 number 31s as the ball spills down. Geez, he got one high then. That was Boswell. The umpire said no. Williamson brings him to ground and gives him a couple at the same time. The umpire's got the footy again. Wing position, outer side of the ground. The Tigers lead. 39-26 as Scanlon unloads with a right foot bomb up towards Bongetti. Couldn't get it. Going in hard there too was Waterston, but eventually the boundary line wins out. Over it goes, and it'll be a boundary throw-in, outer side of the ground, half forward line for the Pythons, kicking towards the Rye Hotel scoreboard in this second quarter.
Just struggling to get their hands on the footy, aren't they, the key targets for Pines? Not getting great usage from their midfielders.
So Smiley nudged out of that one. Scanlon attacked it hard. Potts tried to do a little too much. Scanlon again, left foot bender. Couldn't get it around the corner enough. Waterstone sees it over the line and out of bounds.
Looking positive here for Pines. Their midfielders starting to get their hands on the footy around the forwards.
I'm not sure I can see it. Either I'm going blind or I can't see Aaron Edwards out there. Yes, I can. Who's there now? Doing some pushing and shoving as the ball gets thrown back into play, trying to work their way out. The Tigers' defence, but they were locked up there by Tim Bongetti, so the umpire will throw the ball up again. 10 metres around from the Pythons' goal. There'll be 20 players around this contest. Ball spills down. Potts, right hand, chopped off. The ball goes over the line. Everyone's fenced. There's about 3 or 4 players that all crashed into the fence together. So it'll be another boundary throw in. Right forward pocket. Pines into attack. They trail by 13 points, 39-26. Ball spinning back into play. No one can get a decisive tap. That was a great tackle there by the Pythons forwards. The umpire says, give it back to me. We'll throw it up again. So it'll be Guy Hendry in the ruck. Bongetti ended up getting the tap. Gee, the umpire's found a free kick, but there's a goal being kicked by Potts. I reckon he's going to give it the all clear. The umpire they have. So the Pines player's still down in there, but Luke Potts is able to do kick a left foot snap around the corner and nail the goal, and it's back to 7 points the difference, 6-3-39 to 5-2-32.
The young fella Reece Stewart, couple one in the guts by the looks of things there. He was looking dangerous, Potts. Him and Scanlon were both getting their hands on the footy in a lot of those congestions there in that inside 50, and it was only a matter of time until they managed to get loose, and Seaford players couldn't wrap them up and got around the corner and kicked the goal. So it's what they need. I think they need their midfielders to kick some goals today because their forwards look to be well held so far, and the pressure coming out of the midfield is fantastic from Seaford. And they're crowding their forward line, aren't they?
Yeah, they're making it hard for them. So good play there from Scanlon to Marshall up towards half forward. That was great play by Cow. Went back with the flight of the ball. Tej, Potts, left foot, snap, goal! 2 in a row to Luke Potts, and the Pythons are back in it. Not that they're out of it. but it's back to a point the difference. 38 place 39 Rye Hotel scoreboard, and that was terrific play.
Can't keep a good man down, and Luke Potts, great player as we all know, but hasn't had the best of games so far, but 2 goals are certainly going to get him into it. Score from Alexandra Park, Mornington 3-5-23, Lang Warren 2 straight 12. Edithvale very inaccurate, a lot of scoring shots, only a couple of points in front though, 1-10-16, Coringle 2-2-14.
Thanks Vossi, thanks to Mornington Peninsula Breweries. So Scanlon and Potts have won the last couple of clearances in the middle of the ground for the Pythons. They needed a lift. Lockie Kelly in his special comments said that the midfield of Pines needs to lift, and they've done it for him. As there is a nice tap again from Smiley. Geez, his craft in the ruck has improved out of sight. Little left foot kick. Good play there by Moody. Was able to chop it off. Williamson. Little handball out to Turner. Chip in. McCormick couldn't get it. Tried to shimmy there. Was Lewis as a free kick. It's a throw. And it's going to go down there to Guy Hendry. And Guy Hendry could have milked a 50 then, I reckon, if he didn't put his hand up. The ball went sailing over his head. So he goes backwards. Finds his teammate in Thomas, who's got some time. Runs to defensive 40, goes to the member side of the ground. Kane Taylor, third man up, killed the contest, punched the ball over the line and out of bounds. Right in front of the interchange area here at Seaford Road Reserve. We're on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. It got out to 13 points, but it's back to 1. 6-3-39. Seaford. Pines 6-2-38. Braden Irving with 3 goals for Seaford. Luke Potts with the last 2 goals for Pines as the umpire comes in and prepares to throw the ball up again. Members side wing. Big crowd here this afternoon, gents, as you would expect between Pines and Seaford.
Yeah, always is, isn't it? It's fantastic ground too as well. Being such a small ground, it builds up nice.
Great work there by John O'Hayden. Took a bounce, spearing pass. Couldn't find the chest of his teammate. It was McCormick who dropped it. The Henry boys combined to try and work the ball out. Williamson went with the right foot. He's still being hung on to there by the foot. Umpire let it go. Little handball comes out towards Guy Hendry. He's wrapped up. And the umpire will come in and throw it up. Half forward line for the Tigers. They lead by a point. We've played 15 and a half in this second quarter.
Pines look to be providing a lot more pressure. There's a lot more desperation now. As we said, they needed to improve.
Good play there by Smiley. Still jumping high. When he hits the ball at the highest point, he's not going to get beaten. Although Nick Shannon's been very good for the Tigers this afternoon as well. As the ball goes up, Smiley again taps it straight down the throat of Scanlon to Potts. Right foot kick. Thomas kicked it up towards the wing position. Plenty of players going hard at the footy. One of them was Bonghetti. And eventually the umpire says, give it to me. I'll throw the ball back into play on the wing position.
There is a lot of taping on Nick Shannon's right knee, isn't there? He seems to be limping everywhere he runs as well. So you'd hope that's a common limp and it's not an ongoing injury that he's struggling with.
Put his head over the footy. There's got to be a free kick to Pines. Got one high.
Keeley.
It is. Brad Keeley getting back into full fitness now. Goes towards the pocket. Wasn't able to take the mark. Hendry becomes dangerous as a forward though. It's probably a win in a way for them to play on the wing position. Is Guy Hendry, because he becomes another forward when they've got possession of the footy.
Yeah, and it's what they need at the moment, I think. Edwards, I mean, as we know, dominated that first quarter, but struggling to get his hands on the footy, and Doyle doing a good job on Bonghetti.
So the ball comes down again, and geez, the umpires are earning their cash this afternoon. In for another ball up.
And it obviously makes Braden Irving a lot more accountable, doesn't it? He doesn't have the freedom to be able to roam the wing like he does and stroll forward when he wants.
It's a good tap there, decisive again from the Pythons, only as far as Williamson hacked the ball towards the wing. Tommy Shaw's got a clean pair of wheels, has 2 bounces around the wing, member's side, goes long, great kick, Kate kicked it in favour of McCormick, off the ground, oh, umpire's KO'd! The goal umpire got wobbly knees and crashed to the ground. He's still down, the fella.
I wonder if they've got the reserves out here like they do.
Oh, dearie me.
Oh, that was AFL all over again, wasn't it?
Got the wobbly knees and crashed to the turf.
That was a great kick by Tommy Shaw though.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? He backed his opponent in. Matty McCormick he's shown that he's got a lot of pace at the moment, and he just popped it over the top, and McCormick was goal side, and he managed to run in and kick it off the ground, and unfortunately he's gone the goal umpire, who's still on the deck with a lot of trainers around. I reckon his day might be done.
Well, he booted it. Good on you, Matty McCormick. You need to go back and apologise, Sunshine, because he hoiked the ball off the ground at a rate of knots, and it KO'd.
I don't think there's a lot of Matty McCormack was running at full
There's
pace.
nothing sinister in it. Like, he kicks the ball off the ground. He's doing what he's got to do for his side to try and score, and it's just unfortunate that it's made contact with the umpire.
Oh, and he's running at full pace, Vossi. There's not a lot you can do. You want to kick a goal, you're not worrying about sconning the goal umpire. As he's making his... Oh, no, he's just up on his... taking a seat. I reckon we might see a bit of junior footy all over again. And they're going to have to... They're going to have to run a bloke out in the white silks with the old white flags, I think.
You might even find as well that there might be a goal umpire who maybe done the seconds or the thirds. It might still be here, and they might even do that.
Oh, you'd know. Your brother's the coach down there, isn't he, Vossi, of the goal umpire?
Oh, used to be. No, he's back umpiring this year. No, he's watching another game today. But the umpire's on his feet, but still on Rubber Leg Street.
Oh, that was like AFL all over again, that, wasn't it? Old mate back in the 1970s when he's got that little clip and he got his wobbly legs and started to crumble and hit the deck.
Now that clip does give umpires bad name. That 71 grand final or 70 grand, whatever it was. That does give umpires a bad name.
Oh, gee whiz, ran about 10 metres out to the end of the square, managed to wobble his way back to the square and hit the deck like he'd been shot in the back of the head.
Well, I'll endeavour to find out actually the health of the umpire at half time.
Yes, that'd be good if he can do it. Well, he's just drinking water now, so I reckon he's ready to rock and roll again. He got wobbly legs though.
Yeah,
and he gave it the backwards and forwards, and we might actually go to a break while he just composes himself, the boundary umpire, and we've stopped play here for a period of time, so let's go to a break, and on the other side of it hopefully we've restarted playing this second quarter with the scoreboard 6-3-39 Seaford. Well, it should be 7-3-45, shouldn't it, boys?
It should.
Has he declared the goal though yet? He wouldn't have. So they won't have marked the goal down yet, gents, because the goal umpire hasn't signalled a goal.
Oh, the cap's back on, look out!
Cap's on, he's got to signal the goal, and he gets the cheers.
Oh, yes! Oh, the big double gun, he's given it all clear. Oh, gee whiz, they're up and about.
So the scoreboard attendant now does whack the goal up there, so 7-3-45. Seaford leading Pines 6-2-38. Yes. Back to 7 points the difference.
Jeez, those double guns from the goal umpire with a bit of authority as well.
It was.
That is very 1970 grand final arrangement, that.
Oh, it was. So there's a free kick. The umpire's given it to Seaford again, so it's Rayson who's going to get the free kick. So Pines just need to be careful here as Rayson. He gets the ball, kicks it towards inside 50. Umpire's found a free kick. Is it going towards the Pines? It is. And it's Guy Hendry who's got the footy. Lockie Marshall wants it across the face. He's going to go to Bo Hendry, I reckon, his brother. No, he goes in shorter, finds Thomas. So Thomas has got the footy. Still deep in the defensive zone for the Pythons. Goes up the line. Wants Kylie, gets him. So no 50 there. So Stokes and Hendry thought about having a little crack at each other.
Stokes just laughing him off.
He is. Good kick there it was from Kylie. Gave it to Jackson. Could have gone back to Kylie, decided against it. Paddy Jackson's got the ball, defensive 45, goes up the line, wasn't a great kick. Chipping in and taking the mark there was Kieran Shaw. Reels around onto the right foot. Good mark there from Tommy Shaw. The umpire called play on. Both players had a fair bit of it, I reckon, so he gave both players the benefit of the doubt. Goes there towards Potts. Little one inside to Marshall. Right foot kick around the corner. Bongetti, he was pushed out of it. Ball hits the deck. Good handball. Cow, he got one high. He'll get the free kick for the Pythons. Wants to move it quickly, does so. Jackson puts him under pressure, able to get out of trouble, needs Marshall. Marshall gets it now. Stokes lays the tackle, back to Scanlon. Wing position, able to straighten it up. Nice kick it was, and found Boyle in the middle of the ground. It's not Boyle, it's Daniel Felsen. Goes in short, needs to be a good kick. It was. Reece Stewart takes the mark, half forward. Out of side of the ground for the Pythons. They trail by 7. Goes to the top of the square looking for a fly. Wonderful mark.
Boswell, is it?
Was that Boswell?
I reckon it might be.
I reckon there was a bit of a set play, that one. It's just no intention of going for goals, just that pokey kick up just to try and let the forward run onto it, and it was a good kick.
It was a terrific kick. He's got a great vertical leap, hasn't he, Nick Boswell? Wonderful athlete. He's taken the mark and he's lining up for his second goal, gents. He kicked one when he intercepted in the middle of the ground in the first quarter. This to make it a couple. Comes in, brings the margin back to a point. 7 goals, 2, 30. Pines, Seaford, 7-3-45. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Mercedes-Benz Vans would like to congratulate Chris Thoday and the entire team at Mercedes-Benz Mornington on being awarded the 2016 Rural Dealer of the Year. Mercedes-Benz Mornington, Rural Dealer of the Year and station sponsor.
It was good, wasn't it? Pines have seemed to be smarter with me. They've looked to me going man on man, so Seaford haven't had those seas of black and yellow as we've been talking about, and they're moving the ball a lot quicker, which is what they need, and it's hurting Seaford quite a lot. They're not going with them in pace, and the quick ball movement is freeing up their forwards.
So the ball goes up again in the centre of the ground. Rayson brought to ground. Shannon got in the back of Smiley. Good play there by Marshall, chopped off by Williamson for Seaford. Goes out there towards Herbert. Geez, he almost chopped it off again. Boswell, Scanlon, he was smothered. Marshall with his head over the footy. Ball spills out. Kane Taylor, sweeping handball to Rayson. Didn't take possession, clever. That was good play by Luke Potts as well. Goes across the face, dangerous kick. Irving, can he make him pay? Braund, little chip kick in, Founds Mockett.
A little what kick, sorry?
A ship kick.
Shippers.
I was actually looking for the word chip kick, and it came out ship with a P.
And an amazing scoreline at Regents Park, boys. Karingal 3-2-20, Edithvale Aspendale 1 goal 14-20.
Wow,
Franks and Bombers 2016 Grand Final.
Yes, as Jackson Mockett comes in for goal. He's already kicked one this afternoon. Starts at left, wants to bring it back. Umpire watches it and it hits the point post. Goes out of bounds on the full. So the Pythons can breathe a sigh of relief. Left back pocket, Bo Hendry's got the footy for Pines. 7-3-45 Seaford. Pines 7 goals to 44, 25 and a half gone in this second quarter. So Boyle, he's got the footy, goes up the line, needed to be a good kick and it was. That was good protection too for their teammates. Wheels onto the right foot. Stewart kicks the ball up towards half forward. Players at the fore of the ball. There's not many. Rourke Fisher's there. And he sees the ball over the line and out of bounds.
Yeah, seemed to have held Edwards today. This
second quarter.
This quarter. And I mean, he's a good player. He's good use by foot, so he should look to make himself a little bit more offensive and make Aaron Edwards a bit accountable.
So Lockie Marshall's been outstanding again for Pines. Put his head over the footy. Sweeping handball comes out. They got the numbers back though. Dives on top of the footy there was Paulson. The umpire said a free kick and it's going against Pines for holding the ball. It'll go down there towards John O'Hayden. So he's in the centre of the ground here at Seaford. He wants to unload and go long. Does so now. Goes up towards Irving. Got a big push in the back. It was a mismatch there. Right foot snap around the corner. Bouncing. Geez, that was a lucky bounce. Smiley was there covering it though. And it came from McCormick. So it'll be Brad Kiley to bring the ball back into play. I think no, Boyle. He'll do the work. So Boyle's got the ball at full back. 7-4-46 Seaford. Pines 7-2-44. Ball goes up. That's a wonderful mark. Now it's McCormick again. No, it's Shannon. Great mark from the big ruckman, and they've told him to go back and have a crack at the goals.
Clearly a big kick of the footy.
He is. But remember, this isn't a 50-metre line either. This is probably only 40, 45, I reckon.
Yeah.
So Nick Shannon, the ruckman. Can he kick a goal on the siren or close to the siren? Geez, he went up and under the big fella. They're looking for a big run there. Good punch away. This time came from Smiley. Ball spills out. Potts up against the boundary lines. Got Lockie Marshall short. Decides to go longer. Got to go Waterston. He did. The back of the pack. Great play there by Walton. Ball dives down. Marshall goes on top of it. And the umpire will throw the ball up right in front of our commentary position here at Seaford Road Reserve, where the home side leads 7 goals 4-46. Pines 7 goals 2-44. 2 points the difference. Good play there by Potts to Kylie to Marshall. Backwards to Boyle. Not sure what to do. Goes back to Marshall. Geez, he's been good today. Little short pass to Jackson was beautiful. He tried to run through them. He did, Jackson, and got away with it. He ran too far though, the umpire said. Not sure about that. And a 50-metre penalty against him as well. So there must have been some mouthing off at some point, I would suggest. And the result is that I reckon it might be Matty Herbert who's going to line up for goal from about 20 metres directly in front. Braun, sorry. It is Nicky Braun. So Nick Braun, this to put the margin back out to 8 points. It'll be a handy one before half-time for the Tigers. 7 goals 4-46 to 7-2-44. Nick Braun comes in, sets sail and kicks the goal and lets them know about it as well. A good goal there for the Tigers as we're well into time on, considering the goal umpire hit the deck, got a ball kicked in his face and dropped just to the ground like a sacker. And the Tigers are leading 8-4-52 to 7-2-44. Back out to 8 points, and that's Nick Braun's first goal this afternoon.
Yeah, it was good that. I mean, interesting to see. I didn't quite catch what happened there. You said there was a bit of mouthing off and a bit from running too far.
Can be the only reason there's a 50 given away.
Yeah, you'd assume so. And like you said, I mean, on a ground like this, you can't be silly enough to give away 50s because it makes a difference between being in defence and in the forward line.
It does, as the ball spills down again. Good play by Walton. There's Williamson again. Left foot kick up towards Tommy Shaw. The boundary line's right there. Good mark by Tom Shaw. He should have a goal. Crack of goals from there. He kicked one on the quarter time siren, did Tommy Shaw. And he goes in short. Shaw was a nice kick. He got the numbers though. Thomas, Guy Hendry, up and under. Camped under, it's Tommy Shaw again. Goes back and takes an easy mark. Kicks the ball inside, wants Mockett, couldn't get him. Oh, at the back of the pack, McCormick. Left foot, Banana.
Misses.
Kicked a point.
So that, boys, what was that kick by McCormick? It was he had all the time in the world, Tully.
Vossi, he just appeared from nowhere.
Just interesting to keep an eye on Irving here. He went up for a big pack mark there and was just edge under it and landed, and he looks a bit proppy on that left leg of his. So I'll keep an eye on him.
Lockie Marshall takes the mark again inside defensive 40. Not sure what to do, so he goes across the face, finds Boyle, who thought about playing on, and he did. He got called to play on, so he went through the behinds, walked it through.
Umpire just asking him what he was doing. I think he's still a bit dazed, the old
Yeah,
fella.
I think he might be a little bit dazed. As Lockie Marshall's got it again. Kicks the ball long, up towards the wing position. Boswell tried to take the mark, couldn't. There's the siren. Half-time here in the RPP match of the day, thanks to Telstra Stores, Mornington and Rosebud. And at half-time, at Seaford, 8 goals, 4-52, leading Pines, 7 goals, 2-44. We'll go to a break and we'll be back with the half-time wrap. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
The Heritage Tavern is a 1930s house set on 2 acres of beautiful gardens and serving tasty meals and drinks from Mornington Peninsula produce. The Heritage Tavern, 3059 Frankston Flinders Road, Belmerring. Phone 0359832597.
Hi, Chris Thoday here. At Mercedes-Benz Mornington, we've been serving the Mornington Peninsula for over a decade and proudly support the Mornington Football Netball Club and Mornington Soccer Club. Mercedes-Benz Mornington,
Nepean Netball Association, as well as RPPFM. With all the usual banking facilities and financial advice, our sponsor, the Bendigo Community Bank branches in Rye, Dramana and now in Rosebud, are supporting the local community and putting the people back into banking.
And welcome back to the RPP match of the day, thanks to Telstra Stores, Mornington and Rosebud. And it's Seaford, 8 goals, 6-54. Leading Pines, 7 goals, 2-44 at half-time, 10 points the difference. And Vossi, you're still sticking with Seaford in this second half?
I'm happy to stick with Seaford. I think the nature of the ground, obviously, they play this ground so well, and I'm happy to stick with Seaford. I think they're going okay at this stage.
Yeah, they are. This sun's a problem. So we're getting set in this second half. Players walking into their positions, just about in their positions in fact. Umpire just making sure everyone's off the ground. And we're ready to start play in this third quarter. It's only 10 points the difference, so we're looking forward to an exciting quarter of footy. Great play there by Scanlon. He sharked the ball out of the middle but couldn't get his kick away. Racing grabs it, goes backwards to Stokes. Another one over the top. Walton gave it to Kane Taylor, got some time, goes in short. Wasn't a great kick. Great play there though by Taylor. He was able to turn the footy over again, but somehow it ends up back with the Pythons. Cow, he's in some trouble. Handball to Bongetti. Left foot kick inside 50. Good play there by the Tigers. Equally good. Oh, Tej got one across the chops. Umpire missed it. Tej didn't. He copped it in the jaw. Almost went to ground, and eventually the umpire will come in and bounce. So an intense start So the ball's about 40 metres out, directly in front of Pines goal, kicking towards the Seaford Road end. Lockie Marshall wrapped up. The umpire will come in and throw the ball up again. So Lockie Marshall, best on ground in the first half for mine. Was outstanding for the Pythons. Good play there by Shannon. Stokes, he sharked the ball, kicked it towards the wing. McCormick front position, couldn't mark it. Cow couldn't get it either. Good play there by Guy Henry. Got a little one in the back. Kiley, great handball. Potts, left footer. Would have been a great start to the Pythons. He missed. Through for a behind. So he's kicked 2 goals, Luke Potts. So the Tigers bring the ball back into play. It's Rourke Fisher who's got it. So Fisher with a left foot goes up the line, up towards the defensive 50. Nobody can take the mark. Ball hits the deck. Cowell again. Had a little handball out. Great play, Marshall. Boswell, top of the square. Bongetti, where is he? Had 3 to beat. Edwards was in a great position. Potts wants it a little bit further out, but eventually pushed through for a minor score. The Tigers to bring it back into play. So Pines doing all the attacking with a couple of behinds early in this third quarter. Rourke Fisher goes out wide. Great mark. Just stood firm there. Was Nick Boswell. Took a contested mark. So he's got the ball at half forward. Members side of the ground. Guy Hendry drifts now. Braden Irving goes with him. So Boswell too far out to score from there, but unloads. Goes to the top of the square. Edwards let off the chain. It was either a mark or a free kick. Tej wanted to take the advantage running into open goal, but Aaron Edwards will take the free kick and line up for goal number 3. Kicked 2 goals in the first quarter, did Aaron? Nothing. He didn't. I'm not sure he touched the footy in the second quarter, to be honest. And but his opponent didn't either, Rourke Fisher. Just the pressure was very good. So Aaron Edwards to come in and reduce the margin. Back to 2 points. He's done it. First blood in the third quarter, the red and green, and it's 8 goals 4, 54. Seaford 8 goals 6, 54, 52 to 54. 2 points the difference. Rye Hotel scoreboard. Vossi.
Yeah, look, obviously early stages of the third quarter, Pines have had it all in their side. They're attacking 50. They've had 3 inside 50s, and they've held it in there for the first 4 or 5 minutes of this quarter. And it's been good sustained pressure early, like in this third quarter.
So back in the centre again. Back to 2 points the difference. 8-4, 54 plays 8-6. Well, 8-2. 8 goals 4, 52 to 8 goals 6, 54. Luke Potts went without it. Rayson didn't. Kicked it up inside the forward half of the ground for the Tigers. Good play by Braun Williamson. Left footer. Shot for goal. Answer right there. You can hear the Seaford crowd. They loved it. Good play by Rayson. Good play by Williamson. 2 midfielders, and they answer straight away. Back out to 8 points, 60 to 52.
It's a really good way to answer, and that's what they've done most of the day. When Pines have kicked a goal, Seaford have sort of come back with that answering goal. And tell you what, Seaford back in the finals. So they've got a lot of support here today. Boy, oh boy, they're just they're making a lot of noise here. I know we're on the other side to them, Tully, but they are making a lot of noise.
They are indeed. Smiley versus Shannon in the ruck again. It was Smiley. Great play there once again by John O'Hayden. He's been pinged for holding the ball, though. They play on immediately. Not sure he was behind his mark. There was Luke Potts, so the umpire drags him back. Bonghetti and Doyle still at it. Doyle's just been whacked in the solar plexus and buckled. So Scanlon's got the footy. Needed to be a good kick. He gave Cow some work to do. Cow pushes the ball to the boundary line, and the umpire will throw the ball back into play. About 45 metres around from the Pythons' goal. They trail by 8 points, 52-60. 5 minutes gone. Third quarter. Plenty of players around the footy again. Good play, Bonghetti. Smacked it forward. Cow gave a little push in the back. Umpire said nothing there. Doyle's in all sorts of trouble. He's gone. No. Umpire said give it to me. No prior opportunity. I thought that he did. I thought that he took on his opponent there in Paul Scanlon. So he's lucky to get away with that. So 40 metres out from the Pythons' goal. Little tap down, went to Scanlon. Marshall's got it, chopped off. Good play by the Tigers again. Little kick up the line was a ripper. And it found Braden Irving, who's got the ball. Defensive 45 right in front of our commentary position. Guy Hendry on the mark. Kicks the ball up the line, deserving. Smiley goes, couldn't take the mark, but Bo Hendry comes across. Chips in and takes a mark. Wants to go short, needs to be a good kick. It was. So they maintain possession of the footy. Kick across the face of goal. That came from John O'Hughes to Pat Jackson. Goes up the line. Kane Taylor was always going to kill that contest over the top on Tej. And the ball goes over the line out of bounds. Members side of the ground, about 60 metres around from the Pythons' goal.
Towie Pearcedale didn't score in the second quarter. They're 2-2-14. Hastings is 7-8-50. And Ryer in front, by the way. They're 8 points in front of Crib Point after Cribby lead most of the first half.
So good comeback there from the Demons, looking for a couple in a row. The ball at half forward for the Pythons. Plenty of players around it. The umpire will come in and throw the ball up.
Billy was up and about this morning.
He was. So a bit going on off the ball too between Cal and Rayson. He's been in everything today, Rayson. He's just been dropped again. As the ball hits the deck. Good tackle there, one from Marshall. Turner goes in. Head over the footy was Williamson. He couldn't get it out either. Eventually the umpire's got to get involved again. Right in front of the Pines coach's box. And there's Guy Hendry throwing his weight around. Racing on the end of it again. So I think he spent more time on his back in this quarter than he has actually standing upright. Crashing through was Hendry again. Ball taken there. That was by Howlett. Kicked it towards half forward. Plenty of players around this contest. Irking the ball towards the boundary line. Eventually over she goes. So the umpire will throw the ball back into play. Half forward line for the Pythons. They trail by 8 points. 8-4-52 to 9-6-60.
Edithvale Aspendale 3-15-33. Karingal 4-3-27 in Peninsula League.
So the ball gets chopped down. Great tackle. He's besieged upon there was Boswell. Williamson laid the tackle.
He's been well held by Benny Howlett, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
At times.
Worn him well.
It's only a few times he's managed to get out by himself.
So he's got it this time. Just pushed away there from Howlett. Kicks it to the top of the square. Bonghetti trying to get away. Held on to. Umpire said no. Big push in the back.
Bongo could feel that coming too. He just went to ground and he just felt the contact, and free kick was there, but Bongo initiated that. Well played, Bongo.
It's been a great contest between these two this afternoon. No love lost between them.
Not in a good spot for a left footer though, Towie.
He's not. But Bongo, will he go?
He's going to drop punt.
Drop punt, right goal post. Should no, comes around. He's kicked with the right. Great goal! That's a sensational goal there from Bonghetti. Opposite foot and nailed the goal, and she's back to 2 points the difference. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Hi, I'm Jack, and my dad is Pete from the Mornington and Rosebud Telstra stores. I just want to let you know, NBN is coming to the Mornington Peninsula, and all of our team are here to help.
Call us now on 1300 My Telstra. That's 1300 698 357.
So it's back to 2 points the difference. I think Seaford's been given the goal instead of Pines. They've got it wrong. It's 9-6-60 to 9 goals, 4-52. Scanlon again wins the ball to Tej, who takes the mark, and he's not without a chance here. Dale Tej. He's a lovely kick of the footy.
Turned his back on his fellow forwards, so he'd want to be able to go back and slot it.
Edwards makes the move now and takes the mark.
I was going to say...
Kane Taylor was in the hole, or he created the hole. And there's Racing and Guy Hendry. Guy Hendry jumped in the air, Racing panicked. But there's a fair bit going off the ball, all towards Racing. They're right into him. And Ben Murphy actually said on the radio this morning on the footy show that he'd heard a rumour through the week that Pines were going to put a lot of time and effort into Racing, and that's exactly what's happened this afternoon. So he's been up for it. Edwards comes in, kicks the goal. The Pythons are in front. So they hit the front by 4 points. 10 goals for 64, is it?
Yes.
That's the way it should be, to 9 goals 6. So they've just
added another goal to Seaford.
Oh, come on. Scoreboard at 10. And you've got to take 2 goals off Seaford. 3. Oh, 3. Look at it. It's going nuts. Here we go. One more, guys. Yes, nice work. Hopefully they're listening to our commentary. There it is. The crowd cheers as well. They've got it right. 9-6-60 to 10-4-64. The Pythons are in front. Schmidt goes into the ruck. He's Scanlon again. He's really lifted him. Potts grabs the footy. Little short pass to Cow with nice.
Not 15, that one.
Oh, little short pass again. Here's Lockie Marshall, led off the train.
That kick was about 4 metres, I reckon.
You're not wrong.
Lockie Marshall has been outstanding this afternoon.
Murphy's going to have to look to put someone on him because he is absolutely carving them up.
He is, and what a great recruit he's been.
Yeah, he's been fantastic.
Tisdale said he wasn't good enough to play midfield for them.
You're kidding.
No, I'm dead serious.
That was the reason he left.
That's the reason that's one of the reasons he left, because Paddy Swain told him that he'd play him through the middle of the ground.
That's pathetic.
So Lockie Marshall, who's been outstanding today and all season for the Pythons, to put them 8 points in front. He's done the job. The Pythons are on the march. 11 goals, 476 to 9660. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Hi, I'm Jack, and my dad is Pete from the Mornington and Rosebud Telstra stores. I just want to let you know, NBN is coming to the Mornington Peninsula, and all of our team are here to help.
Call us now on 1300 My Telstra. That's 1300 698 357.
Mercedes-Benz Vans would like to congratulate Chris Thoday and the entire team at Mercedes-Benz Mornington on being awarded the 2016 Rural Dealer of the Year. Mercedes-Benz Mornington, Rural Dealer of the Year and station sponsor.
There's another free kick to Pines in the centre of the ground. This time it's going to Potts. So Potts has really been a live wire to Boswell. You don't want the ball in the hands of this man if you're the opposition. Rourke, one out. Fisher it was against Edwards. Fisher won that one. The ball goes towards the boundary line, over it went.
Good by Stokes there, drifted back to get the fist in. That's exactly what I wanted from Seaford. Just to help out their teammates, because, I mean, I think Edwards had him position-wise there, so it was good by Stokes to chop in back and get that fist on the footy.
I said during the first half that Seaford were winning all the centre clearances. Well, Pines are absolutely smashing in the centre at the moment and culminating in 8-1 inside 50 so far this quarter.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt that Paddy Swain said to his midfielders at half-time, certainly Scanlon and Potts, that they needed to lift, and they've answered the call. They've been outstanding in this third quarter, won every single centre clearance. Scanlon's been amazing. Marshall's been good all game. Potts has been in and out, but he started this third quarter like a man possessed. As the ball spins out again, still locked in the Pines half of the ground. Tedge, head over the footy. Great work by him.
And Scanlon's been pretty good so far this quarter too.
Reece Stewart was good in that play as well for the Pythons. So they're all starting to chip in. Names we haven't called too much in the first half are all starting to get their hands on the footy. Great play there by Bongetti again, lurking out the back. Boswell lays the big tackle. Going in hard there was Stokes. Left handball, just a bit of a hope it was to Braund. Head over the footy, lays the tackle now. Umpire comes in. So Seaford able to work the ball at least 20 metres further towards their goal, but they're still playing footy in Pines half of the ground in this third quarter. So up they go again. Bongetti in the ruck. He got tunnelled. No, there's a free kick. It's going down there towards Bailey Schmidt. So Schmidt's got the ball for the Tigers. Half back. Goes in short. Nice kick. Needed to be. Finds Irving. So Irving had an outstanding first quarter. Kicked 3 goals in the first quarter and a bit. Goes up the line. Lurking at the back. There's Williamson. Can he pick it up? No, he can't. Picked up by Howlett. Right foot snap. Bouncing. Great goal. Tommy Shaw it was. Lovely goal up against the boundary line. And it brings it back to 4 points the difference. 10 goals, 666 to 11, 470. Rye Hotel scoreboard, 15 minutes played. And that is the second goal to Tommy Shaw.
I'll watch that unfold there. Tommy Shaw just pushed up from centre half forward, which meant Hendry was down as a loose man. Dylan Smiley pushed out of the ruck and manned up Tommy Shaw, and Seaford was smart, dropped the player out. Hendry had to pick up him, which meant Smiley had to go with Shaw, and Shaw was just way too quick pushing into the forward line and managed to get his hands on the footy and kick a nice little sausage in front of the Seaford crowd.
So Smiley back in the ruck now against young Bailey Schmidt. No one got the decisive tap, but there he is again, was Scanlon. Handball over the top, came from Boswell, wants it back. He'll want the right foot, Boswell, didn't have it. Great play there it was from Matty Herbert, coming into support. Good work, Tej, he's in trouble, needs to kick it. Does so, Marshall, couldn't get the mark. Ball spills down, Waterstone, left foot, kick towards goal, bringing it back, not enough.
It was a great block by Boswell before too. He lost control of the ball lock, but he just managed to help his mate through.
Yeah, it was really good, wasn't he? He knew he was in trouble and he wasn't going to get his hands on the footy, and if he did pick it up, he was going to be tackled. Saw his opponent running across by himself and just held Herbert off the footy and gave him a nice little tap on, and yeah, it was smart.
Rourke Fisher, long left foot kick, goes up towards half back. Free kick to Braden Irving against Dylan Smiley. So Irving goes in short, wasn't a great kick. Didn't give his teammate much chance at all there, and the ball goes over the line out of bounds. 5 points the difference, 10-6-66. Pines lead, 11-5-71. Quality game of football between the first and second ranked sides in the competition in the first 7 rounds. And there's Scanlon again, head over the footy trying to work it out. Seaford crowd call for ball, and it's on in there. Dylan Smiley having a bit of a crack. Good to see the big fella. Just throwing his, I was going to say weight around, but he'd weigh about 3 stone ring and wet, I reckon, with Dylan Smiley. He leapt high then, though, stuck the knees into somebody. As the ball spills down, the umpire's found a free kick going Pines' way. They want to move it quickly, so they get the ball quickly back. Boyle, this needs to be a good kick. Put him under pressure. Boyle just gets on his bike straight away. That's a great kick towards Edwards. Used his body well, took the mark. The ball hit the deck, but he was blindsided, the umpire.
I think he probably should have got a free kick there, Edwards, anyhow, but he's going to have a shot nevertheless. Boys, Rosebud are in front, but they're kicking very inaccurately. They're 10-21-81 and Tybal 1 goal 3-9.
Geez, their kicking's been bad this year, Rosebuds.
You can only assume Keegan Downey's probably kicked 3 goals 17 out of those 21 behinds.
You're probably right. Aaron Edwards, he's booted 3 goals this afternoon. This to make it 4. I thought this morning that if Edwards could kick 6 goals, the Pines would win. Geez, he's a beautiful kick of the football, isn't he, Aaron Edwards? Kicks his 4th goal for the afternoon, and Pines extend again to 11. 12-5-77. Seaford 10-6-66. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Did you know that the Bendigo Community Bank branches support our local sporting clubs? Our sponsor, the Bendigo Community Bank branches in Rye, Dramana and now in Rosebud, are supporting the local community and putting the people back into banking.
Back in the centre of the ground again. 11-point margin in favour of the Pythons. They trailed by 10 points at half-time, so it's been a 21-point turnaround. And Nick Shannon's in a bit of trouble down there, Locke. You said that he's been limping, and he came down from that contest in the ruck, not in a good way. He's limping a lot worse than he was previously, so he's obviously got some trouble with that leg. As Braden Irving gets the free kick. Member side of the ground, right in front of the parochial Seaford crowd. Wants to go short, does so. Needed to be a good kick, and it was. Found his teammate there in Braun. So Braun's got the footy. Too far out to score. Geez, he sold some candy. That was nice. Ran to 45. Had a ping for goal! Kicked it! Magic work there from Nick Braun. And it's back to 5 points, and we're in a quality game of football here at the Seaford Road Reserve. 10 goals, 666. Pines 12 goals, 571. No, it's 11-6-72 to 12-5-77.
And they've only had the ball inside 3 times this quarter, and they've kicked three goals, I think, Seaford. So that's amazing in itself. But they've kicked some really, really good goals this quarter just to keep them in touch, Locke.
Yeah, it's exactly right. They needed to hit the scoreboard there because Pines seemed to be getting on top. I've probably almost written them off, and yeah, needed that one.
So Dylan Smiley won the tap. Good play, Aaron Walton. He was the one that got the kick. Here come the Tigers again. There is Braden Irving, sweeping handball. Scanlon ran straight into Smiley, knocked him to the ground. In fact, Smiley's still down, a bit sore. Pat Jackson's got the footy. Handballs it in front of himself. Umpire said he was held on to once he got rid of the footy against Nick Braund, who's booted 2 goals this afternoon. And Paddy Jackson's got the ball, wants to switch play. This is going to have to be a good kick, a mighty good kick. It was. He got it out there wide. Mo Hendry goes up the line. He's got a couple to beat Cowley. He's got to put his head over the footy. Good play there it was there by Kieran Shaw. Only as far as Bongetti. Stewart goes inside. Marshall again has got the footy for the Pythons. And Lockie Marshall's been outstanding today. He's already kicked a goal in this quarter. This for goal number 2.
I reckon he's sporting a bit of a mullet sort of look down the back there. It's just very.
He's working it, I think.
Yeah,
he's trying to work on the mullet, I think.
Style it, you think?
Yeah.
He's had a lot of that for a long time. He's had a lot of that for about 2 years. It's a bit of a Dusty Martin kind of mullet arrangement. It's a bit of a subtle one.
So Lockie Marshall to extend the lead back out to 11 points. 12-5-77 plays 11-6-72. Marshall comes in. There's a man who's in awesome form. Kicks the goal. He's second for the quarter. Back out to 11 points. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Hi, I'm Jack, and my dad is Pete from the Mornington and Rosebud Telstra stores. I just want to let you know, NBN is coming to the Mornington Peninsula, and all of our team are here to help.
Call us now on 1300 My Telstra. That's 1300 698 357.
So Pines back out to 11 points. 13-5-83 to 11-6-72. And you read the time clock, boys.
Chair, 21 and a half gone.
22. We've got our third special comments man just outside. As the ball comes down, going hard there was Waterstone. Ball goes to the ground. The umpire will come in and bounce. So Waterstone having his nickname's Wet Rock, I think. Shane Waterstone.
Makes sense.
Wet Rock, correct. Good one, I reckon. Ball comes out to that player, Wet Rock. Little kick off the ground. Marshall, he was just waiting for it, wasn't he? To trap it inside of the 50-metre line. He's kicked 2 goals this quarter, Marshall.
Still being paid absolutely no attention.
It's amazing, isn't it? Because he's the best man on the ground. So Scanlon, Shannon I should say, for Seaford, thrown to the ground there against Aaron Turner. The umpire will come in and throw it up again.
Just to put you in the picture, it was 11-3 in the first half in favour of Seaford, the centre clearances. This quarter, it's 8-2 in favour. In fact, 8-2 in favour of Pines.
Certainly lifted their work rate in the middle of the ground, have the Pythons. So up they go again. Bongetti got the tap, it was good. Went back into traffic, little kick around the corner, needed to be good, it wasn't. So Pines are able to trap the ball inside their attacking 45. They're inside the arc. They lead by 11 points. 13-5-83 to 11-6-72. 23 minutes gone. Third quarter. It's been a big one. Doyle just crashed into Bongetti. Not sure it was legal. Boswell tries to crash his way through. He's brought to ground. Stokes is one of those players. Got hold of him. And he's shadow this afternoon in Benny Howlett was the other one. It's been good today, Howlett.
He's done well on him, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's nullified him. No doubt about that. Good play. There he goes again, though. He's so dangerous, isn't he? Potts puts his head over the footy. Williamson lays the tackle. And the umpire will get it back again. About 25 metres, 30 metres out from the Pythons' goal, kicking towards the Seaford Road end. Geez, he leapt early. The umpire let it go. Kane Taylor hacks it off the ground, goes into the centre of the ground. Good play by Guy Hendry. Tacked the footy and tried to work his way through. Wonderful play, great leadership there by Guy Hendry. And he's able to work the ball forward. A bit like a scrum, wasn't it? A one-man scrum, just carried it forward. So Bongetti, just the third time lucky it was for Bongo, because on the previous 2 occasions his opponent in Brad Doyle pushed him out of the contest. And that one Bongo felt the body blow and lunged forward.
I watched Bongetti go in the ruck and I watched Doyle straight away look at Shannon and point him out of the way, and every time, like you said, his aim's been to hurt Bongetti as he goes up.
So Bongo will unload from 50. Set sail. That is a sensational kick, Tim Bongetti. The fist pump to the crowd as well. And the biggest margin of the match right now, 14-5-89 to 11-6-72. It's out to 17 points on the Rye Hotel scoreboard.
That was fantastic by Bongetti, wasn't he? We know he's a beautiful sweeping left footer. And that was lovely. It always looked like a goal off the boot. And starting to get a run on Pines. It's a bit of a worry for Seaford. They're starting to play a lot quick. A good tempo footy, and it's breaking lines and it's hurting Seaford. They look to be slow.
It is, and structurally they don't look as sound in defence now, Seaford. They're moving the ball quickly. Good play there by Williamson. Can Seaford answer again? Ball goes up, Braund. Good play by Bo Hendry. Handball out, couldn't find Moody. Laid the tackle though. Numbers around the footy. Thomas goes in hard for Pines. There's a bit of mudslinging going in there. Matty McCormick. Not happy with what's going on. There's umpires sounded
blood rule.
The blood rule. Going off the ground's Daniel Lewis.
I'll give you a couple of scores, Toey.
Please.
10-17-77. Lang Warren 4-2-26. YCW 10-11-71. Chelsea 4-3-27. And Edithvale Aspendale 7-19-61. Coringal 4-4-28.
So back in half forward line. Good play there by Schmidt. He's going to get the free kick, the big ruckman. No, it's not. It's going to Braden Irving. He's got the ball at half forward. Probably too far out to score from there. Thought about going into the pocket. Decided against that. So he's got to play a short if he wants him. Goes there now. Needed to be a good kick, and it was. And he found his teammate in Kieran Shaw. So Kieran Shaw, he wants to go through the centre of the ground. Pack flies. Good mark. Tommy Shaw again. This is the man who they want the ball in the hands of.
Way too easy, that.
Seaford Junior went to Somerville for a couple of years, played in that grand final for the Eagles a couple of years ago. Never found his best form, though, I reckon, at Somerville. And he's come back to Seaford, his home club, and he's had a really good year. He's kicked 2 goals this afternoon, this to make it 3 for the Tigers. Braden Irving has 3 as well. They need this one, Seaford. Started at left, wants it to work back, and it has. Kicks the goal, his 3rd goal, Tommy Shaw. 12 goals, 6 to 14 goals, 5. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
When you're working in the garden, you need tough, reliable tools that won't let you down. For quality equipment and excellent service, call into our sponsor, Hastings Mowers Superstore at 2013 Frankston Flinders Road, Hastings.
A proud station sponsor.
So it's back out to 11 points. Seaford answering the challenge. 27, nearly 28 minutes gone in this 3rd quarter.
Got some Nepean League scores when you want them, Toey.
12-6-78 to 14-5-89. So, big tackle in the middle of the ground. Give us a couple, Vossi.
Devon Meadows 7-9-51. Frankston 4-9-33. And Hastings 10-8-68. Pearstall 7-7-49.
Lockie Marshall gets sandwiched there, and he got caned there by Josh Stokes. He got hurt in that contest, I reckon, did Lockie Marshall.
Yeah, he got the front-on contact from Stokes, and his head shot back and shot into his opponent. So he's got one in the back of the head, and his opponent's got one in the front of the head.
So he gets up now.
Region.
He's in a little bit of trouble with Lockie Marshall. So the trainers get around him now. And there's Cameron Scott as well holding his head. So he was the other player that was involved in that crash. So up they go. This time it was Bongetti in the ruck. Plenty of players around the footy. There's a bit of how do you do going on again. Guess who? Doyle and Bongetti. And there's the siren to mark 3/4 time. And Doyle and Bongetti still having a chat out in the middle of the ground. And Seaford players just saying, come on, let's get away from there. Pines don't need to get involved in any of that right now. They lead on the scoreboard. 14 goals, 5-89. Seaford 12-6-78. It's 11 points the difference at 3/4 time. We'll go to a break and be back with a 3/4 time wrap. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
More and more people with a taste for quality.
Has got 4 for Pines. Bongetti's got 3, 2 each to Marshall and Boswell and to Potts. And for Seaford, Braden Irving has 3, Tommy Shaw has 3, Nick Braund has a couple. So they're the major contributors as we start playing this final quarter. It's Pines by 11. 14-5-89 to 12-6-78. Seaford kicking to the Seaford Road end in this final quarter. They need the first goal, you think. The ball goes up towards full forward. Could have been a free kick against Corey Ash there on Matty McCormick. The umpire let him get away with it, so the umpire will come in and throw it up. 25 metres out from the Tigers' goal. They're straight into attack. They trail by 11 points. They need the first one. It'll get the crowd right in it as Pat Jackson puts his head over the footy. So does Damon Moody. The umpire said no one's getting it out of that congestion. Give it back to me and we'll restart play. So the umpire throws the ball up. It'll be Dylan Smiley up against Jackson Mockett. Put his head over the footy was Boswell. Sharked by Tommy Shaw. Right foot snap. Misses through for a behind. Down to 10 points. 14-5-89 plays 12-7-79. 10 points the difference. Rye Hotel scoreboard. 2 minutes gone. Final quarter. Scanlon goes in short. Needed to be a good kick and it was. Found his teammate there in John O'Hughes who goes up the line. Needs Henry. Couldn't take the mark. Over the back there was Edwards. He wanted it long and strong and high. Did Edwards.
It's the first time I've seen Edwards out of the 50 today.
So the boundary throw in. Outer side of the ground. True wing position here at the Seaford Road Reserve. 79 plays 89. Pines lead by 10. Dylan Smiley over the back on Schmidt. Henry wrapped up and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up again on the wing position. Corey Ash still running side by side with Rayson. It's been the way all day. Good play there by Scanlon. Won the ball, gave it to Potts. He was besieged upon though by both Williamson and Rayson. And the ball's locked up. They won't mind this Pines too much. Just winding down the clock. As the ball goes up again, Smiley tapped it down, Rayson, but there he is, Corey Ash right on him. Good play there by, he had plenty of time to get rid of it, John O'Hayden. The umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt. Howlett trying to work his way out. Given a lot of time he was. Hayden sees the ball over the line and out of bounds. So the umpire will throw the ball back into play. It'll be Schmidt versus the big fella in Dylan Smiley. Again, plenty of numbers around the footy. Tommy Shaw just hanging out the back on his own. They've got to keep an eye on that one as the ball spills out. Going hard at the footy was nice. Moody kicks the ball inside 50 with a big Baz. Great mark. Rourke Fisher. This time one out. He beat Aaron Edwards. Did Rourke. Goes with the left foot. Trusty one it is. Finds Stokes. He's got the ball on defensive 50. Kicking towards the Rye Hotel scoreboard end in this final quarter is Pines. Walton gave it to Williamson. Goes long. Coming out to take the mark. Oh, the big crash there. Geez, he got crunched in that contest was Daniel Lewis. Pat Jackson's got the footy now for Pines on the turnover. Kicks the ball up the line. Looking for and finding Boswell. He'll wield and go. Does so. Lazy kick inside the 50. Scanlon went off the deck. Put his head over it was Edwards. Little handball out to Marshall. Towards goal. No. Through for a behind, Tej.
Still down too.
Well, he attacked the footy and his teammate went back with the fly to the ball. Kicks the ball in the centre of the ground. Corey Ash has got it in the centre for the Pythons. Goes inside again. Edwards gave the nudge. Ball spills out. Tej has got it. Gets on the right foot and has a ping. No, marked on the last line. So the Tigers bring it back in only as far as Bongetti though. And Bongetti will line up for goal from about 45. He's already kicked 3 goals this afternoon. Distance won't be an issue.
Oh, lolly legs.
Lewis is going off the ground, and they're playing one short at the moment, obviously, and you can't help the injury to Lewis. Like, he's in a bit of trouble, and get off and get some treatment. It's the right thing.
Yeah, he won't come back on.
No, he was knocked out. As Bongetti to put the first nail in the coffin, stabbed at it and hit the post.
That would have hurt.
Not sure why he stabbed at that one. Didn't kick through it. 14-7-91. Plays 12-7-79. 2 goals even, the difference.
Are we a chance of a draw, Towie?
No. There'll be no draw as the ball gets brought in. Long kick. Love the optimism of a close game though, Vossi. Love it. Tim Bongetti lays the big tackle on the outer side of the ground, half forward line for the Pythons. The umpire will come in and throw it up.
Goal umpire like, wasn't it, Daniel Lewis? The way he got up there, Daniel Lewis a bit of lolly legs.
Ball hits the deck. Good play there by Aaron Turner. Kicks the ball up. Did the right thing by gathering the footy, but it wasn't a great kick off the boot and it went out of bounds on the full. So Bo Hendry on the wing position. Members side of the ground. Goes backwards to Scanlon. He's got Corey Ash. He thought about switching. Decides to go long to Bongetti. Why wouldn't you? Because the big Bongo took the mark at half forward. Too far out to score from there. Edwards makes his move now. Bongetti didn't see it. Plenty of numbers for Seaford getting back now. As Bongetti just lost in the shadows in front of the Seaford crowd. And they're giving it to him. Don't worry about that. Not sure what to do with it. So he just goes long to the top of the square. Was a massive, prodigious kick. Oh, went off the deck. Touched through for a minor score. So 13 points could be a handy point, Vossi, as the Tigers bring it back into play through Rayson.
Still 3 scoring shots, Towie.
Hasn't had a lot of footy today, Rayson. Kicked it up the line, found his teammate in McCormick. So Pines now with the numbers back. Corey Ash just jumping in holes. Ball goes up the line. Bo Hendry, you love him in this situation. Boswell almost took the mark. It went over the back of Smiley, though, who recovered really well for a big fella. Dived on the ball and was able to lock it in.
Fantastic from the big fella there.
Second effort was terrific. He's getting better with every game we watch him. He goes up again. Good play there by Williamson. Howlett's got it. Back to Williamson. There's Smiley. Got it out there towards Scanlon to Boswell. Laid on top of it there was Schmidt. He's in trouble there, Boswell. Boundary line was his friend, though, because he took it over. But it was wonderful play there by Howlett, who's worn him like a glove all afternoon. Half forward line for the Tigers, outer side of the ground. The umpire will throw the ball back into play. 13 points the difference. 6 minutes gone. Smiley tried to work to the front. There he is again, Scanlon. Jeez, he's been good. Handball over the top to Boyle. He's got some good wheels. Kicks the ball upside, inside 50 now. One out, Edwards. Good play there by Fisher. They get back in numbers, the Tigers to support. Spills out. Bongetti. Hard in there, handball out to Edwards. Fisher wearing him like a glove. Kane Taylor comes in, usually pretty cool in a crisis. Kicked the ball up the line. It was a lovely kick.
They are under the pump at the moment, Seaford defence. They've got to hold out here. They've just got to find a way of holding on.
So a little short kick was nice. So they maintain possession of the footy. Could have been 50 against Henry. He was lucky to get away with that. Into the centre, Turner. Ash was late, caused the spoil. Turner was up for the challenge. Gave it to Hayden. Twist, turns, Turner again. Kicks it out wide. Boswell, he had the ball spent before he got it. Great play, Kiley. He put his head over the footy. Jackson, what can he do? He's got clean wheels, goes in short. Needed to be a good kick, and it was. Found his teammate Felsen. Lockie Marshall goes back to Felsen now. He's got some time. Doesn't know what to do. Holding the ball. Great play, Taylor. Hayden's got it now. Half forward. Goes with a torpedo. Left it. Good corking. Thomas left it for Moody. And Moody grabs the mark.
Not a smart tick, that one. Tick straight to 2 Pines players.
Bo Hendry, sweeping handball, finds Thomas. Laying the shepherd was Boyle. Thomas has got some time. Gave it to Scanlon, who's got the ball at half back. Members side of the ground. It's the Pythons that lead by 13 points. Goes up the line, looking for a teammate. Couldn't find him. Ball spills out. Weren't being head high. That's what the Seaford crowd wanted, and that's what they got. So Matty Herbert's got the free kick. So Herbert for Seaford. Members side goes short. Nice kick, finds Nick Braun. Braun's kicked 2 goals this afternoon. McCormick makes the lead for him now. Good play there by Thomas. He was late, was able to affect the spoil. I thought he could have been paid the mark. Umpire said, no, give it to me, fellas. And about 50 metres out from Seaford's goal, the umpire will throw the ball back up.
Both defences holding up really well, aren't they? Being pumped into both sides, and they're getting those spoils on and working it well out nice. They just can't get it past their half forwards.
So Scanlon, he got the ball out, and there I go. Taken there by Felsen. Sweeping handball finds Boyle. Another one there to Marshall. Marshall, can he get around? He does. Runs to 45. Kicks the goal. Lockie Marshall nails it for his third. And it's going to be hard for Seaford now. It's out to 19 points. 15-8-98 to 12-7-79. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Winter is blowing in, and Chemist Warehouse has got you covered with stores in Baxter, Frankston, Mornington and Safety Beach. Chemist Warehouse is your one-stop winter shop. Chemist Warehouse, a station sponsor.
So the Pythons lead now by 21, is it, boys? No, 19 points, 15-8, 98 to 12-7, 79. So it's going to be hard for the Tigers. They're going to have to kick 4 goals. And Pines, then rely on Pines not kicking any. So it's hard work at this point now. 10.5 gone, final quarter. What a terrific game of footy it's been. Lockie Marshall, he's been superb. He's booted 3 goals this afternoon. Dylan Smiley's been wonderful in the ruck as well. He's had 2 opponents all day in big Nick Shannon and also Bailey Schmidt. And he's done the job for them as he goes up again and wins yet another tap. Great work. Tommy Shaw gave the ball down in to attack the Tigers. Thought about going into there was Bo Hendry. Decided to stay down. They've got some numbers. They're in some trouble here. Matty McCormick gives it off. Braun sweeping over the top. Mockett open goal. Kicks it. They're not down yet, Seaford. They'll keep coming. They'll keep fighting. They've proven that all afternoon. And it's back out to 13 points. 13-7, 85 to 15-8, 98.
And I can tell you that scores are level at Frankston. Frankston 7-10-52, Devon Meadows 7-10-52. Blackers said they needed to get a scalp this morning on the footy show. Well, not going to happen. 7-14-56, Sereno, Red Hill 2-6-18.
Wow. 2-6, no Chris Irving for Red Hill today either. So that made life very, very difficult right there. Caden Beetham re-signed at Sorrento earlier in the week, so he'll return in a couple of weeks' time.
Not bad you can get a 1-point AFL player back on your list, Lock.
Yeah, pretty handy player to insert halfway through the season, isn't it?
It is, and there he is again, Dylan Smiley. Can Pines answer? Great play. Here's Potts. Good shepherd laid there. Kicks up towards half forward. Aaron Edwards comes steaming out and takes the mark. And he will milk every second that he can here. 12 minutes gone, final quarter. Aaron Edwards. There's been no wind all afternoon, not sure you need to be chucking up grass now. He'll kick from about 50, Aaron Edwards. Bongetti was able to do it. Can Aaron do it? He can't. He got the journey. The accuracy's not there. Through for a minor score.
Just another quick one on Sorrento for you, lads. Just a little birdie told me that Andrew Lovett showed his face down at training on Thursday night as well. Didn't train, but just was around the club rooms.
Interesting. 15-9, 99 to 13-7, 85. 14 points the difference. The Tigers need to move it quickly, so Herbert, he plays on, kicks it up towards half-back, but Nick Boswell with a big fist came over the back, killed the contest, and the umpire will throw the ball back into play. Half-forward for the Pythons, they lead by 14 points.
As you said earlier, Boswell's got a fantastic leap, doesn't he? Fantastic.
Good play, Bongetti over the back. Scanlon's been important. Gave it down to Pat Jackson, who's been good too in the second half. They haven't had a bad player, really, Pines, in the second half. The ball spills against Big push in the back. It's got to go Pines' way. Crowd can whinge and moan as much as they like, but it was there every day of the week. We're 45 kilometres away and we saw it. And Nick Boswell's got the ball. It's probably because of that player that they're not happy. Ex-Seaford boy, of course. Geez, they'd hated him being in the green and red, wouldn't they, the Seaford supporters? So he plays on Boswell, kicks the ball long. What a wonderful kick it was. Missed it, but through for a minor score. 15-10, 100.
He put that about 15 metres over the goal line then, and he kicked it from about 60.
And Billy called it an 8-point game this morning, Towie, and it's a very close game, Somerville and Dramana. Dramana in front by a goal, 68-62 during the last quarter.
So the Tigers have found a bit of form of recent times.
10-8 to 8-14 it is in that game.
Thanks, Vossi. Thanks to Mornington Peninsula Breweries. Big kick in from the Tigers. They need to move it quickly now. Seaford, they do, through Williamson, kicks the ball long, great play, Thomas running back with a fly to the ball, takes off straight away, kicks it up forward, great hit it was, great play, Thomas, take a bow, ran back with a fly to the ball, and then took off and delivered it down the throat of Aaron Edwards.
They are just so confident at the moment. They just, like, they're grabbing their marks and everyone knows what each other's doing, and that was just super.
Yeah, it was fantastic from Thomas there, wasn't he? He backed himself in, took a mark. Aaron Edwards goes back, kicks it goal, looks happy with it.
There it is.
That's the game.
You hear the crowd in the background. That's the Pines back crowd as well. And that's the nail in the coffin there. 16-10, 106 to 13-7, 85. It's out to 21 points, the greatest margin of the match.
Yeah, 15 points gone. You'd think that's game over. Pines been fantastic this quarter, and as Vossi said, they've really blended well this last half of footy. They seem to have struggled early on to get to know each other. Well, I mean, not to get to know each other, but get to know the way Seaford are playing and help each other out. And really getting on top here and starting to play some quick ball movement, which is fantastic to see. They're breaking lines and putting it down the throat of Edwards and Bonghetti, and they're hurting them on the scoreboard.
Dylan Smiley up against Shannon. Shannon won that one. They need to answer straight away, Seaford, if they're any chance at all. We've played 16, almost 17 minutes in this final quarter, so time definitely running out for the Tigers. The Pythons have been fantastic since half-time. They've booted 9 goals, in fact, since half-time. Seaford have only been able to kick 6. So that's the margin right there. 10 points the difference it was in favour of Seaford at half-time. They led at quarter-time as well. As the ball goes up, Shannon won it, kicked it up towards half forward. Good play there by Corey Ash, just nudged his opponent under the footy. Got the handball out to Potts, gives it a little one out there to Daniel John, back to Potts. Good play there by Potts, kicks the ball up the line looking for Tej. Had to beat a couple, did okay. Tommy Shaw attacked it, there's Lockie Marshall again. Wasn't able to keep the footy in. And the ball goes over the line out of bounds. Half forward line for the Pythons, outer side of the ground.
Potts has been good in the second half, Lock.
Yeah, fantastic, hasn't he? We asked of the midfielders to stand up, and they did. Scanlon, Potts, they've been fantastic.
So the ball coming back into play. Bonghetti, he was able to get the tap. There's Scanlon again. Great play, Doyle. Just kept it moving forward. Boswell couldn't run onto it. Head over the footy there was Williamson. Wrapped up by Hendry, and the umpire will come in and throw it up. Half forward line for the Pythons. They lead 16-10, 106. Seaford 13-7, 85. Ball spills down. Good play there by Corey Ash again. Able just to lock the ball. Ball comes out from Boyle. Hendry just hacks it forward. It went sideways, in fact, but it kept moving. And Seaford looking for deliberate. Not sure about that. And the umpire will throw the ball back into play.
Just not sure of his whereabouts then, I don't think. Hendry snapped it around the corner. He's actually snapping it to the wing.
So 18 minutes gone, final quarter. Ball comes back into play. Bonghetti again, spills out. Tigers under pressure in defence. There's Doyle. He's been good all day on Bonghetti. Although Bongo's still been able to kick 3 goals and play an important role when he goes into the ruck. Give Dylan Smiley a bit of a chop out, who just floats back across half back. It's almost like they're playing him like an Ash Eames, isn't it? The way, I'm not comparing them, but just his position on the field. As the ball comes up, there's Ash. He's got a clean pair of heels, Ash. He's able to get there first. He's got some support. Good play. Handballs it just towards the boundary line. That's what he wanted. And the ball goes over the line out of bounds. They're able to wind the clock down a little further as we approach 19 minutes in the final quarter. 21 points in favour of Pines. 16-10, 106 to 13-7, 85. Hacked out of the contest there by the Tigers. In Cameron Scott, and the ball goes over the line. Daniel John to bring the ball into play. Goes across the ground, finds Thomas again. So Ben Thomas been pretty good himself this afternoon. Goes in short. There's Luke Potts again, who's carved him up in this second half. Kicks the ball up the line. Not a great kick. Straight down the throat of Tommy Shaw. Wants to get on his bike. He needs to. They need goals, Seaford. Goes in short. Nice kick. Finds Mockett. Got no time to waste, Mockett. You need to move it and move it quickly. Too long it took. Allowed Pines to get back in numbers. Goes over the top. Corey Ash at the back of the pack. He'll go towards the boundary line. Chips it inside. Geez, he might go here, I reckon. No. If it was AFL, it would have been absolutely deliberate out of bounds.
I reckon he probably could have given that one then, the umpire.
No, yeah.
It was certainly kicked to no one.
It was. As the ball comes back into play, Schmidt, Smiley. Smiley got pushed out of the contest. Tej head over the footy. Rayson picked it up. Right foot snapper around the body. Boswell over the back. Couldn't take the mark. Hendry at the fore of the ball. Howlett lays the big tackle. And about 30 metres out from Seaford's goal, the umpire will throw the ball in the air. 21 points the difference. 106 Pines. Seaford 85. Ball hits the deck. Scanlon off the ground. Brawned up against the boundary line. Right foot banana. Geez, he kicked that. He kicked that up against the boundary line, did Nick Brawned. That was an unbelievable goal. And they're deep pockets here, though, at Seaford. So if you're a chance to kick a goal anywhere in the pockets here, it is at Seaford.
Yeah, from the point post, it almost goes straight. It almost goes straight out, doesn't it?
Yeah. So
we've certainly been watching the AFL, a lot of these players, because we've seen a lot of check side banana sort of kicks today, and a lot of them very good kicks, actually.
So right forward pocket, the Tigers trail by 21. Good play there by Shannon to knock the ball back. There's Brawned again, gave it to McCormick. Left foot snapper, goal, missed. Through for a behind, just what Pines wanted. So who's to bring it back in? It'll be Boswell, the best kick in the team. He's got Pat Jackson out short if he wants him. He's likely to play on, I reckon, is Nick Boswell. He doesn't. He decides to go long. Almost kicks it out to the wing. Good play there by Guy Henry. Attack front and centre there was Pat Jackson. Kicks the ball long. One out. Edwards against Rourke. No, it was against Kane Taylor this time. He was able to take the mark. Edwards kicked it long. Wants Waterston. He was caught behind. Ball hit the deck. Tommy Shaw. Well tackled. Bongetti holding the ball.
And Bongetti's...
Sorry?
Wrong man to take on.
Yeah, it's hard to get away from Tim Bongetti. And the left footer, he's kicked 3 goals this afternoon, marking down for 4, I reckon, M. Voss.
Yeah, no, he's been kicking well today, Bongo.
It's in a good spot for a left footer too.
Jeffrey Lester providing the scores around the grounds at YC, 15-15 to Chelsea 7-7. So YC doing the job there as Bongetti comes in, kicks number 4, and he loves it. He's pointing to the crowd, the Pines crowd, they're loving it back at him. Great stuff. And he's a crowd favourite, is Tim Bongetti, kicks the goal and extends the margin for the Pythons. It's out now to 17-10, 112 to 13-8, 86. Out to 26 points, the difference. And the ball and the crowd in that right forward pocket, loving every minute of that as he nailed the goal from about 45.
Well, this is round 8. They're going to win this one. It'll be 7-1. And to finish off the first half of the year, they've got Mount Eliza in 2 weeks' time at Pines. So they've answered just about every call, and obviously Mount Eliza is going to be a test for them. But the way they're playing this second half, they're looking good.
They are, as the ball spills out again. Comes to Brad Kiley, to Guy Hendry, kicks it long. Edwards couldn't take the mark. Ball hits the deck, falls over. They all fall over him. Handball from Marshall was terrific. Waterstone in the pocket. Misses, pushed it across the face. Build up was good there from Wet Rock.
It's not bad, whoever thought of that. I really like it.
Do you?
Yeah. Smart.
It is smart. It's probably a Paddy Swain one, I reckon. As the ball goes up towards the wing position. Henry again. Geez, he got slung after he kicked it. He's hurt himself. No, he's got cramp. That's fortunate. Ball caught. There he is again. If there's a player that deserves to put the final nail, well, it's not the final nail in the coffin, really, but Lockie Marshall deserves to kick yet another goal. He's booted 3 this afternoon, this to make it 4. The little rover, who was never good enough to play in the middle of the ground as an on-baller for Pearcedale.
Well, supposedly. He was good enough. He was just told he wasn't good enough.
Correct. But he's an outstanding footballer, is this kid, and he's had a wonderful game this afternoon. Comes in, will kick from 45. Oh, it's a shocker. Absolute munger it was. And the ball goes through for a behind. Lucky to do that, in fact, and Rourke Fisher will bring the ball back into play.
That was a tired leg, that, wasn't it?
It was.
Absolutely munged it.
Had a very good game, though.
Yeah, he's been fantastic, hasn't he? In that first half when they were struggling to get out of the middle, it was ominous. He was the best player, and he was still providing that centre clearance pressure, and was the only one really having a good crack both ways of the football.
So we usually the ground with a couple of Mornington Peninsula Brewery's finest, and I was going to give a call out to the crowd, the Pines crowd in the right forward pocket, and give away some frothies to them, but unfortunately we've come empty-handed today. So We won't be doing that as Kane Taylor's got the footy at half forward for the Tigers, outer side of the ground, makes the big switch. Not sure it was a great kick. Waterstone, he was caught out of position, comes down there towards Shaw, left foot kick around the corner, there's a free kick down the ground. It's going against Waterstone, and the free kick will go to Braden Irving, who'll have a ping at goal. He's already kicked 3 goals this afternoon as Braden Irving. And he shouldn't have any trouble. It's getting pretty dark here too, isn't it? But
it's getting mighty cold too.
It is. 28 points the difference in favour of the Pythons. There's no chance they can lose this game now as we approach 26 minutes in the final quarter. 17-12, 114 to 13-8, 86. So Braden Irving's kicked 3. This to make it 4. Comes in now, sets sail and nails it. Good goal to Braden Irving. He's had a pretty good game this afternoon. That's 4 goals and didn't even get a cheer from his crowd, who have totally jumped off since Pines put them to the sword in this last quarter.
I reckon a few of them have gone inside of the bar, actually, because there seems to be a few people less over there on the clubroom side of the ground.
Yeah, they're going a bit quiet. 14 goals, 8, 92 to 17-12, 114.
And obviously Seaford's next test as well as YCW here, so they're 6-2 at the moment, Toey, but they've had Mount Eliza and obviously Pines will be the 2 games they've lost so far. But YCW still to play in the first half of the year for them.
So the umpire to bring the ball, restart play. Cole Matthews, of course, not playing today. He did a hamstring a couple of weeks ago. He's an important player for Seaford. He'd be handy out there. Good play. Comes down there towards Walton, who kicks the goal. Too little, too late for the Tigers, but good to see their fighting spirit and coming back. 15 goals, 8, 98 to 17-12, 114. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Hi, I'm Jack, and my dad is Pete from the Mornington and Rosebud Telstra stores. I just want to let you know, NBN is coming to the Mornington Peninsula, and all of our team are here to help.
Call us now on 1300 My Telstra. That's 1300 698 357.
So Pines, Seaford have kicked the last couple. 16 points the difference. It remains. We've played 27 and a half minutes. Free kick in the middle of the ground. It'll go to Scanlon. So Paul Scanlon's got it. Goes up towards half forward looking for Edwards. That's a terrific mark. Ball in front of his eyes, Aaron Edwards, and he took it out in front. Rourke Fisher wore him like a glove then, but just could not punch the ball away. He gets up limping, Azza. Now he's all right.
That was the body language of Rourke Fisher there, wasn't it? Did everything he could. Got his fist on the football, but it still falls into Aaron Edwards' hands, and there's just not much he can do as a defender when that man's in form.
So he's kicked 5 goals this afternoon, has Aaron. This to make it even, half dozen. And like I said before the game, this man kicks 6 goals and they win, and he's done it. No, he's hit the timber, has he? No, there's bouncing going on everywhere. Touch through for a behind. 17-13, 115 to 15-8, 98. Ball comes in. Irving's got it. Braden Irving's got it at half-back. Kicks the ball long. Lovely kick it was. Aaron Walton's got his name written all over it. Wants to move it quickly. He does so now. Wasn't a great kick. There it is. There's the siren. The Pythons have won it. The top of the table contest, and it was Pines who were triumphant. Scores were level at quarter time. Pines trailed by 10 points at half time. They led by 11 points at 3-quarter time, and the final score 17-13, 115 to 15-8, 98. 17-point margin in favour of the Pythons. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
When you're working in the garden, you need tough, reliable tools that won't let you down. For quality equipment and excellent service, call into our sponsor, Hastings Mowers Superstore at 2013 Frankston Flinders Road, Hastings.
A proud station sponsor.
Did you know that the Bendigo Community Bank branches support our local sporting clubs? Currently they support Mornington Peninsula Nepean Football League, Mornington Peninsula Junior Football League, Mornington Peninsula Cricket Association, MPCA Umpires Association, Mornington Netball Association, Nepean Netball Association, as well as RPPFM. With all the usual banking facilities and financial advice, our sponsor, the Bendigo Community Bank branches in Rye, Dramana and now in Rosebud, are supporting the local community and putting the people back into banking.
Oi, want a sharp looking